Good evening, good Abends, good Nacht. Gav Mack, Stephen Cotton, Ed Hall, live watch along, live reaction, whatever you want to call it. Here we are. How are you, gents?
Again, I've made the mistake of being hungover, so I feel absolutely awful. So, Manchester United, if you could just not make this any harder than it needs to be, please, I will be eternally grateful.
Man United, I'll tell you what, if you lose this,
no,
you don't have to talk about us.
Oh, yeah, true.
Well, Stu Mitchell has just decided that he's going to lob a couple of quid on 6-0 to Man United, so that's quite funny.
What?
So any suggestions you've got? Got it 75 to 1 on Paddy Power. Mad things, bird. So, yeah, you can watch us on lots of different social media links today. You can watch us on Twitter. You can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Twitter Top Football on all social media. And did you know if you put Twitter Top into Google, our name comes up first? Well, now you do. Now you do. Right then, Manchester United versus Newcastle. And let's have a look at Je suis lineups. Why don't we?
Let's see.
Oh, it's in French like that. Right, so Man United look apparently so like this. De Gea in goal. A back four of Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Midfield holding two of Fred and Matic. Bruno Fernandes in front of those. Daniel James would definitely be on the right-hand side. It's just a decision as to whether Rashford or Martial will be leading the line and the other one be out on the left. I'll come to you, Cotton, you being the United fan, of course. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm assuming Martial will go through the middle, to be honest. He's as ineffective as he's been as a striker for us recently. He's even less effective out wide, so I reckon he'll be through the middle. I'm kind of glad, as much as I would love to see Diallo, Dan James, after his performance midweek, deserves another game. So I think this is the perfect game for him. I dig him out quite a lot as well, but like to be fair, I agree with you. Dan James was pretty decent at in the Europa League game during the week against Sociedad. He was.
Ed,
what do you think of that United lineup?
That United lineup's good enough to beat this Newcastle side. Well, to be honest, it's good enough to beat most sides. Do you think this is going to be a bogey game? Do you feel like there's that feeling in the air? Because for some reason, like me and Cod spoke about this before, like I've seen it and I just see this going wrong for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, it would make perfect sense. Just absolutely. Yeah. A quality performance midweek, destroying a very good Sociedad team. And then everyone else. Also, everyone else around us has dropped points, which means so will we. So there's that to contend. That's what we do. We always do that. If ever there's a chance to catch up and make some ground, we always conspire to mess it up for ourselves. Yeah. So,
in the nicest way.
To put it politely, yeah.
Newcastle's lineup looks like this. They've got Carl Darlow between the sticks. He's been great this season so far. They're going with a back four as well. It appears to be Lewis, Lascelles, Kieran Clark and Emil Kraft at right back. Not quite sure how they're going to be lined up in front of that, but we do know that it will be Hayden definitely in a defensive midfield position. Will it be Shelby just alongside him, or will he be in front of him? Not quite sure on that until we see the game pan out. Willock will definitely be in an attacking position, the loanee from Arsenal. Alan Saint-Maximin will appear to be coming from the left-hand side, but will be cutting in quite a bit with Almiron on the other side and the world-class Joe Linton going through the middle. Ed?
Willock's at Newcastle. I never knew that. I tell you what, you learn something every day, kids.
It was deadline day, wasn't it? Deadline day.
Yeah, it was.
It's like, there's always one that creeps under the radar, and this is mine.
What do you think of the Newcastle lineup as a whole? Has that got enough to frustrate Man United?
Newcastle don't have anything. Okay. All jokes aside, Saint-Maximin is a dangerous player who's just coming back from a little bit of a break. So you're hoping, from Cotton's perspective, you're hoping that he's not exactly sharpshooter. But my problem with Newcastle is, do they have a style of football? No. They don't at all. They just kind of go out there and play. And that might sound very... How would you put it? But it's very true. Newcastle are where they are because they are that team. Newcastle just go out, come back. Like there is no philosophy, there is no direction, but they're too good to get relegated.
Are they too good to get relegated, Cotton?
This year.
I think that I think they can count themselves lucky that the teams that are at the very foot of the table are so cut adrift. Well, actually, Fulham are trying to pull it back, but everyone's so adrift that I think Newcastle will stay up, but not off their own backs. It's because everyone else around them Sheffield United has been poor.
Now, we will be going into a lot of the games that have happened over this weekend, including all the Sunday's games as well, after this watch along. So if you are here for the review show, please tune in at just before 9 o'clock. So come in for about 8:45. But if you are looking to stay with us and listen to us chat crap about football for a long time, then stay with us all the way through. Stephen, you've got a counter in the top right of your screen. What's that?
Yeah.
You got some money on this?
Yellows, reds, and corners.
Yellows, reds, and corners. Is that just a general count, or are you?
Just a general count. I know Sean, who is in the chat, has some corners and cards on it, so we're just gonna be interactive and go along with it.
Nice one.
You're a fraud. Yes, he is. I've also got a cheeky little free bet on Maguire to score a header today as well.
Nice.
Crazy odds. So
you got any wedge on this game, Edward?
No, because I lost all my winnings. So I won money on Wolves beating Leeds because I know Leeds have got no backbone. And yeah, so I lost all. So I started doing the whole, I'll put £5 here, £2 there, and I just gradually lost all my money. And I was like,
that's how it works.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to chase it. It's like, Rob, what can I get with this 52 pence?
And then I saw
on Vitesse versus AZ Alkmaar.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, now I have nothing. And then I look at Tottenham. I go, they've got Harry Kane. Watch them to shock West Ham. Didn't.
Shock West Ham. How bad is that? How bad is that me saying this? They can shock them. Oh my god. Dear. Comment from our rugby loving friend. Lawrence Mockridge, can we take a minute to laugh our asses off at Liverpool? We'll be doing a lot of that.
Wait until we get this game out of the way first.
On the green.
Clop out.
Gary Neville yesterday was giving it stacks, and I was literally like, Gary, wait until we've got this Newcastle game up the way.
Can we talk about this on Monday, please, gents?
Jesus.
Oh my god. We were.
I can't wait to talk about yesterday's game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so up for it.
I'm excited.
I bet you are.
Arsenal just lost. Arsenal just lost against Man City, but that's a free hit, man. That don't matter.
We won't have any problems covering the Liverpool game later because it's not windy in my house, so we won't have any issues with other forces coming into play.
Any excuse. What do you think of the situation? Obviously, there's I say obviously, some people might not know, but Solskjaer's missing from the dugout today because he is isolating, I believe.
I didn't think it was Solskjaer. I just thought it was Carrick and I always forget the other guy's name. The other guy looks like Phil Neville. No, I think Ollie's there. I know Nicky Butt's in to help out, but Ollie's still there. Actually, no, I know Ollie's still there. I've seen him do a press about it.
Oh, did you? Oh, I heard that he was missing.
No, but but it's a weird one that we've got coaches that have got it, and now all they're doing is isolating, and we're having the game go ahead. Didn't City get like 2 weeks off last time? They had a few coaching staff with the Rona. Didn't they have 2 weeks off?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was in the height of it, though, wasn't it? Yes, 4M1T chipping in with your feet look warm as well, Cotton. So therefore, there's no excuse.
I listened
I
listened to their what was it? Their commentary. I checked out the Twitter, and you reposted.
Their alternative comms.
Alternative commentary from Formac and Toffee. I was pissing myself.
Oh my god, that killed me. I saw it when they posted it. I'll put their notifications on the old. I'll put the notifications on. I should say. Get a little bell on it, so anytime they tweet,
don't forget to like, subscribe, stalk me.
No, I love it honestly because when it comes around to that, I literally it's been at 15 minutes. I watched it 4 or 5 times. I couldn't get over it. It's just brilliant, especially the Toffee. James Rodriguez. There you go. Absolutely love it. But Chris from 4M1T is going to be coming on the show later on today. Hopefully, he's going to catch the end of this game and he's going to do a bit of the review of this as well. I say a bit of the review. He's going to hang around for the review. I said he weren't allowed to do it unless my cards came in the Merseyside derby. But
I'm not being funny, yeah. Like,
Chris sounds.
It's going to be an hour of you lot giving me shit. I'm not interested.
Yeah,
that's been the last 6 weeks. It feels like. Oh god.
If United lose, then all three of our teams have lost, so we can't really say anything. We'll just skip the show and do something else.
Yeah, we'll talk. I don't know. We'll play like Warhammer or something.
We'll stream us playing Monopoly. That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
I was about to say. Warhammer. I was about to say because if you went like, oh yeah, let's talk about something else like Call of Duty. I'm like, okay, so the DMR.
I'll actually do that. Yeah. Let's go.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, there's Ollie.
Oh, there he is. There's Olivier,
the babyface assassin. Yeah, by the way, I'm just letting you know, I'm not going to be able to pause mine because I've had to stop using my browser one. I've had to plug my Now TV stick in because it just wasn't happy. So I don't think we'll be that far out.
Okay, Man United just come up on the screen now.
You might. Oh, you're ahead of me. Oh well, yeah, mine's just come up. Yeah, fair enough. It's literally like a second, isn't it?
I haven't opened it.
Oh, there we go. Ed is prepared.
Dan's put a question.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Daniel Foster just put a question into the chat about who we think is going up for the championship. What we'll do, we'll have a good old chat about that. We'll get into this game first, and then we'll come back to your question, Dan. So we're not forgetting about you. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do with this Newcastle lineup now it's out. To see whether
I want to have a championship conversation at some point. Maybe do another.
The Newcastle team's up, and that yellow. Do you remember? Like, it wasn't cowpole; it was the serious stuff that you had to take if you were a kid and you were poorly. And it was like that yellow color. That's literally what that looks like. What a horrible color that really is.
Devo from Football Dugout. Luke Shaw hat-trick incoming. Oh my god! Can you imagine that?
I'll give you 500 to 1 right now.
It's not a bad shout.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say? Luke Shaw what?
Cash App.
Hat-trick.
Luke Shaw hat-trick. I will buy you a Patrick Bamford.
No.
Yeah. I'll buy you a lead shirt with Luke Shaw on the back. What? Oh. Right, I said this the other day, Gav. I said this the other day to you. Yeah, it was during the Champions League. What is the point when there's no fans in the ground? Why are we swapping ends? Why are we swapping ends? It's not like we're attacking. It's not like we're saving until the second half to attack the Stretford end. There's no one there.
I know. It doesn't make any sense. Liverpool still like, we have to attack the Kop. It's almost like a superstition thing, isn't it? Cotton, should United have a yellow and green shirt again?
They never will while the Glazers are there because the green and yellow is the symbol of the anti-Glazer movement because obviously it's the original United colours. So while they're there, I can't see us ever doing it. It'd be nice to make they go.
Have you guys kicked off?
They're taking the knee now.
Yeah, I'm taking the knee. I'm going to make sure I'm behind you no matter what. No matter what.
I've
kicked off.
Kicked off.
I haven't yet.
Oh, no. Con, this is your team, bro. I am going as back as I can.
Yeah, both of you just literally pause it for like 8 seconds and then.
I'll say, let me wait till I see the timer come up so I know where I am. Okay, now I'm on 15 seconds.
I'm on 15 now. 14, 15, 16, 17.
Okay, I'll
it's
pause
not that bad. Don't even worry about it. Just literally pause and just done.
Yeah, we're good.
I've got no commentary though, which is good
right,
because
22, 23, 24.
Oh, I'm ahead now.
So boys, how are we feeling in the football universe? Or what's that? The MCU of football. What would you call it?
Do you know what? Football Twitter was a Wild West place to be yesterday. I was tweeting about the Liverpool Everton game.
Give me the download. Give me the download, man. Because obviously I'm not a Twitter.
But it was just literally this guy replied to my tweet in under 40 seconds. He was like, "You're obsessed with." He was like, "You're obsessed with us." I was like, "Mate, it's the Merseyside derby. It's the only game that's on right now, and it's a Saturday
only worthwhile game on, and everyone's watching it. All eyes are on.
I haven't gone out of my way to hunt down a stream for Liverpool. It's on Sky Sports 1. And he was like, "You're obsessed with us." I was like, "No," because I basically said that Mane and Salah were doing nothing at the time. And he was like, "You're obsessed, rent free." I was like, "Okay, so do you think that Salah and Mane have been good enough? Rent free?" And it was like, wasn't even coming back to me with
Didn't
points.
make any sense.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, you're clearly 12 behind a fan account." Rashford? Oh, he's off the ball.
That's a nice way. He's off the ball. Man, I say, good old pal over in Uganda's watching us right now. Obviously, we are worldwide. You can watch us anywhere in the world. Says hello to all of us. What's good? What's good, buddy? Hope you're well.
That well confusing thing because he said, "What's up, guys?" I was opening my phone like, "Are we in a group chat?"
What's up, guys?
Score predictions, everybody, put them in. Lawrence Wick is a 2-0 United win. I'm going with a 3-0 United win. Stu Mitchell over in America is going with a 6-0 Man United win with 20 quid on it. What's everyone going?
3-1. I'm going 3-1.
3.
I can see he's conceding something stupid. Like right now? Nope. It's dealt with. It's dealt with. I honestly don't like the thought of Lindelof and Maguire together. Like if you're Steve Bruce and saw what happened the other week against West Brom, you're literally telling Joelinton to just hang off Lindelof, just get it up in his face, just pull him, just literally be physical with him.
Let's get physical.
Obviously, what happened? No, it's all right.
Sean goes with a 4-0 United win.
4-0. You know what? Without Callum Wilson, they do. The problem is, Man United are definitely going to win this. I believe that. But Newcastle do look ready.
And Carl's going with a 2-1 United, not saying which one. Safety first, Monfrey. I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Dion is going with Cotton 2-1 or 3-1 maybe, but can't see a clean sheet for United. I can't see a clean sheet for United.
No. Do you know what?
It'll be a howler as well.
I'm a little bit not upset, but I would have rather have had Dean in goal for this, if I'm perfectly honest. But I mean, he is just sticking to his word and putting Dean in for cup games and De Gea in for the league, which is until De Gea makes a massive clanger. I can't see it changing, unfortunately.
It's going to be right here. Newcastle United about to hit him with the 1-2.
Well,
you're not far wrong. What's going on?
It's still going on. Is this happening?
Bloody hell! It's gone out for another call. Right, I'll tell you what that reminded me of. That reminded me of that thing that you tagged me on Twitter. The absolute golazzo in the
yeah. Oh, it wasn't anything. He's okay. So De Gea already proven me wrong saying that about Dino. So we'll let him off there. Oh God, I'm really messing stuff up here. Hold on.
That's all right. I'm sure you'll be fine.
There we go.
Oh yeah, the corners. Yeah, corners.
I was changing it. Yeah, I forgot. But I was in OBS, so I clicked one thing and just ruined everything.
Obs. Corner from Shelby, whipped in, and it's
Dan James is the fastest man alive, man. Look at him go. Jesus.
I reckon I could beat him in a race.
Yeah. Possibly.
I reckon my daughter could.
I reckon. Your daughter only beat me by I think something like 0.5 seconds. I don't know.
Steve Bruce never beat anyone in the race. Jesus.
Sean loves a corner. Sean, how many corners you got on this game, on Frey? How many corners you got on? That's what I want to
know. Actually, I think he sent me it. Let's see. He has got.
Oh God, Fred and Maguire, communication boys.
He's got 8 team over 6 corners.
Bro, if because Cotton, you have changed the way I say embarrassing. I used to go just embarrassing, but now I go it's embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
I freestyle my embarrassings like there's no tomorrow now.
We need to have a section on so anything that happens and be like, oh my God, here is time for this. That's him.
Embarrassing. That's what he does. He's like,
well, I'm just honestly watching Maguire and De Gea pass out from the back just honestly gives me like such anxiety. No, such embarrassment. Well, no,
I thought it says gives you a semi.
You watch. Oh God, no! Like a semi-stroke. Well, actually, that sounds worse.
Maguire's down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Linton didn't go up for this header.
Yeah, I told you, look, they're just
They're
going to get
foul.
stuck in. They're just going to get physical, which I don't blame them.
It's the way to go. If you keep doing that, you're not going to get done for persistent infringement. You could get away with that and not get a yellow card for our game.
Yeah, or if you're Harry Kane, just do it all season and just get away with it.
Right, I was having this conversation earlier on today, actually, because Harry Kane, he got slated in the media.
Oh, John Joe. Right, that's one cynical. If you want the easiest money you'll ever make in your life, get on John Joe's be booked right now. Easy. And tell me what the odds are. Tell me what the odds are, and I'll see. Oh yeah, we're using the new ball, aren't we? The new ball's really nice.
Yeah,
I'm
well confused by it. Right, player card.
What's John Joe?
Shelby. 10-3. All right.
Ooh, go on then.
All right then.
Yeah, go on then.
All right then.
In for a penny. In for £10.
Thanks for that.
And I've got my Maguire. I've got my Maguire header on in this game as well.
Have a look at that action in play.
Yeah, player to be carded.
Oh, here comes Almiron. I do like Almiron. He's too good for Newcastle. I got a 10-3 on 365. I should have went on Paddy's. I'm enjoying Paddy's at the moment. I'm friends with them again.
You're friends with Paddy? I'm not.
I had beef with them, didn't I?
Yeah, but they caught me with that midweek. I put on Everton and Chelsea both to win midweek. They were offering 2-1, but it was their max only 20 quid on it. So I put 20 quid on it. West Ham go 2-0 up, and I'm like, oh right, well I'm just going to check and see if they're paying out because it's 2-0, the 2-0 thing. And it did to me what it did to you at the World Cup. My £20 was just sat in my account.
Oh no, that's not why I got beef with them. Why I got beef with them is because of a Conor McGregor fight. All money returned as a free bet if you lose. I was like, all right, so I'll blob it on the other guy, and it didn't come in. And
because that'd have been money back as a free bet if McGregor lost or something. They do that.
Oh yeah, whichever way it was, I put it on in order to get it back, and they were like, no, we didn't say that. I was like, it's frigging advertised everywhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't have that.
They're like, no. So I was like, I ain't going to use it again. Cancel my account. And I did. I've just gone back to them now.
Strongly worded email, Gav. You give them hell.
What's Almiron gone down there for? Like, what? Honestly, what is that?
That's embarrassing.
It is. Is he actually giving a free kick for that? I'm so lost.
That is embarrassing.
There's our boy. I love it when this guy's in the chat. How are you, boy?
Who is this geezer?
He's absolute G. That's what he is. Red card ref. He's out there. He's bantering already.
David De Gea, what are you doing?
Oh my God, I'm definitely
Look at De Gea, literally the hands up. Sorry, lads. See, just calm down.
I'll do owe you a song, Chris. I'll do owe you a song. I'll sing you in a bit.
Spanish Dave, you are.
Red card ref, please.
De Gea.
God. That is poor, isn't it?
Oh my God.
That corner? That looked like it came off Frederick.
Wait, I actually think Newcastle might do something now.
Oh yeah, mate. I'm not. I don't doubt that in the slightest, man.
People aren't scared to go to Old Trafford anymore.
Well, especially when there's not fans.
It's not even the fan situation. This has been going on for about a year and a half, 2 years now. People don't.
Look at our away record
anymore. Yeah, the away record's brilliant. It's almost Arsenal 2001-2 season-esque.
Well, go on, John Joe. Lose the ball and just chop someone. Take it to the chop shop. Go on, Dan James.
Dan James, man.
He's not technically gifted, is he? But he will run for you all day.
Is Cavani injured?
Is that John Joe? Go on then, Refi. That's two already.
Take card out, son. No, that's fine. He'll have another one. He'll have another one in a minute.
No. How can you?
Oh, it's not. It's not. It was Lascelles.
Camera showed John
How
Joe.
can foreign players to be carded on? When
on 365, I went to Bet Builder.
Oh, it's in Sky Bet. It's just a drop-down menu player to be carded.
Yeah. So yeah, what are your thoughts on Kavai? Still a top striker? I think the key word is still. Was he a top striker before?
Yeah, I didn't like him because my main gripe with him was how many chances he needed to score goals. But since he's been at United, if he gets a decent chance, he pretty much scores it. Saw again midweek with Rashford that his one-on-ones, even though he got his goal, his one-on-ones are so bad at the minute.
From a neutral point of view, I think he's a decent striker. From a Gav Mack point of view, I can't friggin' stand him, and everyone knows why.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he's a prick.
Disloyal
bastard.
He's been decent, and we've already offered them
an
extension on the contract because I think like a few teams are sniffing around him. As much as I love him, I don't want that. That's not the answer though. Like that's not when we signed Ibra. It was great for like a year or two, but then it's like he's 36, 37. Like that's not the answer. It's not the future.
Yeah. You want to try and find someone who is semi-established already. You don't want.
Mate, I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now, no bullshit. If Dortmund, who are currently in sixth, if they don't get Champions League football this year, mate, Haaland. I mean,
well, Haaland's out there, but I don't think United will be the way. I honestly think it might be a City job, that one. For any top teams to buy, so for Haaland, pay any amounts. Not often you get someone in their 20s already top level. Man, is 8 goals short of 100. He's on 92.
He won't go City. Pep hates big strikers, mate. He almost refused to play Lewandowski at Bayern. Like he hated playing him, but he had to because it's Lewandowski. He'd rather have Mbappe for the way that the style of football he plays. But I don't know if that would happen.
We're 13 minutes into the game, 27 minutes into our live stream, and the first bite is here from me.
Go on.
That would be embarrassing. Honestly, it would just get found out. It would just get found out for how shit he is.
Bundesliga Player of the Month, Andre Silva. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
No one can afford Kane.
Well, no, he'll go City. Kane? Oh no. Well, he'll go somewhere. There's no way he's staying at Tottenham, man. No way. We'll talk about that later.
Do you reckon FSG will pull their finger out and spend some money in the summer? Do you reckon that's what they're waiting for?
Maybe.
Listen, my cousin's dad's mate's sister said Mbappe signed for Liverpool. So
strong. I like that.
I don't know. I'm not saying I've got insiders, but bet your whole mortgage on
it. See what happens with that. Fucking hell.
And Andre Silva was missing for Frankfurt yesterday, and they still beat Bayern.
Exactly. That's why Mbappe's going to Liverpool.
Luka Jovic was playing though. I'd take Luka Jovic as well, man. Any day.
I know you take Luka Jovic all day.
Refi, he got the ball.
That's not. I don't see much wrong with that from Luke Shaw.
There's nothing wrong with that. He's got the ball. It's just because he's gone down rolling around.
Like a bitch.
What? This is where the replay proves me wrong. Let's slow it down and see what happened. He's kicked him, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's
a free kick.
It's a free kick.
Yeah, he stabbed him, stole his identity, blackmailed his family. Yeah, fair enough. So it's crazy.
We didn't see that at the first angle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's fast. When you slow it down, you really see a lot.
He was just in the bank at the same time. Didn't see the AK-47 on his back.
Was it who the Twitter post you put up when it was like Happy New Year, but wait for VAR to confirm it? It was something along them lines.
Oh, I do recall seeing it. Right, so Daniel Foster is watching this show via Facebook. Of course, you can watch us via Facebook as well as other social media links. He wants to know who do you fancy going up from the Championship? It's not beneath us at all, Daniel, by the way. Football is football. We love football. And at the end of the day, those boys will be playing in the Premier League. We'll be talking about them every week. So, might be. I was going to say, might be the level that I'll be speaking about next season. Hoping that these teams actually keep shagging it beneath us, so Arsenal don't get involved in it. But at the moment, you've got Norwich top, 64 points. You've got Brentford in second on 57 points, Watford third on 57 points.
I don't want Watford.
They will. Watford will come back up. Norwich will win the league. Watford will come up, I think. And playoffs, it'll probably be.
At the moment, in the playoffs, you've got 11th place Millwall on 42 points and 6th place Bournemouth on 49 points. And normally around this sort of time of year, it's one of those sort of teams. So you've got Millwall, Barnsley, Stoke, Borough and Cardiff. You can see one of those teams normally going for a run at this point of the season.
Yeah, Norwich win the league, Watford come up, and Swansea win the playoffs. Do you know, I feel really sorry for them, but Brentford, they bottle it every year, man. Every single year.
No, but this could be it.
Well, if Tony keeps scoring, then maybe, but at the minute, I don't know if they've got the mental strength for it. It happens every year, doesn't it? So.
Well, they did it this time last year. They played a week inside in the FA Cup. They went out and then they went on a really crap run, and they've done it again this season with the result against Leicester in the FA Cup. And since then, they've been screwed. They lost their last 3 on the bounce. They lost remarkably. They were 1-0 up against QPR and lost 2-1 during the week, and then they lost to Coventry. Was it 2-0 yesterday? Which is, you shouldn't be losing those sort of games if you're Brentford.
No.
Watford, though, they've had their 19th manager in 4 weeks in the shape of Cisco, former Drew Hill member, and Real Sociedad player as well. I remember him on FM back in the day. What a player. But he's got them playing some nice attacking football at the moment, don't you think?
Yeah, well, it's about time. I mean, the only real game I've seen a full 90 minutes of Watford, they lost to QPR. They lost to QPR, the only Watford game I've seen this season. But yeah, they'll be thereabouts. I can't stand. They're just such a yo-yo team, man. It just drives me mad. And Troy Deeney's a dickhead, so I couldn't care less if they come up or not.
Tell us what you really think, Cotton. Ed, what do you think? Ed, what? Oh, that's a strike there.
I nearly spilled it into Martial's path.
Gav. What do I think of
the championship? Who do you reckon is going to be coming up? Who's coming down? Who are the non-movers?
This is when Brentford come up. Everyone does the same thing to Ivan, which they did to Slow Tie in Northampton. Pretend you knew him, and then we live off him, and then that'll be it. And then I'll be plain sailing for the rest of my life. I mean, I lived in the same place as a Premier League footballer. I mean, there's nothing else after that. Do you know what I mean? It's
you've made it a life at that point.
It's the dream, really.
Norwich, Brentford, and Swansea. Sean says, he reckons.
Yeah, well, I agree with Swansea, definitely. They've been playing real good football this year.
And this is the thing, this is what I'm saying,
okay.
Chris. Maybe Stoke.
Give me your top 3.
I think it'll be Norwich. I think it'll be Norwich and Brentford. I do think Brentford will come second. And I think Reading are going quietly underneath the radar. They are doing pretty damn well. I know that they lost yesterday against Borough. Borough in the mix at the moment as well. But it's Lucas João, man. Honestly, he just keeps bagging. I think he scored 24 goals or 25 goals or something like that in the championship this season, which is a madness. So yeah, if he put it this way, if Reading don't go, Lucas João won't be there for next season. I need to find out how old he is.
But yeah, I'll tell you what, I think Bournemouth will come back up. I know they're not doing great. It's like not bad. But I think when it actually comes down, because they'll be a playoff team, I think when it actually comes down to it, they've been in much rougher situations in recent years, and they'll call upon that experience of their players. They have got talented players didn't come through. I think Bournemouth will probably just shock everyone and be the third team to come up this year.
Yeah, I mean, they're enjoying what Jonathan Woodgate's doing there at the moment as well, clearly, because they've given him the job until the end of the season. All that talk of Thierry Henry's gone out the window, which I'm happy about because
that was embarrassing. Embarrassing.
It's getting to the point now where we're just offering up every single team that's in the Championship. Stoke, Blackburn. Let's just read off the table: Norwich, Brentford, Swansea, Stoke, Blackburn, Derby.
No, not
Bolton
Derby.
Magpies.
Not you. It's one of those you, not you moments.
Okay, do we have a problem with? Okay, so there's been good examples of former players. Are we in danger of just going, hey, you can have the job because you used to play for us? Because there is some piss poor managers which are going to be produced. That wasn't English, but I tried.
Although I would say Rooney at Derby, he's they had, until they lost the other day, they had like the second best form in like English football. Like since he took over, they won like 5 out of 6. Like they were doing really, really well.
He's changed them. He has completely changed. Oh, what's that?
Oh, sorry, let me just open my window. It's hot
now. Yeah, he has completely changed them. I'll just plug that out. I just pulled that out.
It's 21 minutes in. It's been all United, just basically trying to find that breakthrough. Newcastle are just sitting with a deep block. Dan James straight at the back of someone else again.
There we go.
Yeah, Newcastle looking like they're just gonna sit and break with St. Max.
Yeah, sorry, Gav, we went for that.
Oh, you got it there. Yeah. Yes, he did. He took over at the end of the season. To be fair, they were pretty shagged at that point.
When was that? 2008, 2009-ish?
5-6 season, I think it was.
No, it wasn't. No, it was after that.
Was it?
Alan Shearer was like nearer to 2010 when he was manager.
Lindelof, are you going to take him down? What are you doing here? What are you going to do here, Victor? What are you going to do here? He's done well. I
think he was manager 2008 at Newcastle.
No, I think it was before then. I can see the.
No, it wasn't.
I think it's 5-6.
I can see the blue and white ball with the swoosh on it. Luke Shaw's marauding forward. Oh,
okay. You were 2008-9 season. Fair play.
I'm the best.
He retired from playing in 2006. That's what it was.
Yeah. So if anyone's new to the channel, it's just me getting stuff right, and then Gav and Colin just pipe in, and it's like, oh, you'll get used to it.
Here's what it is. Right, okay. We'll smooth over that. What else we got in the old chat on my chat? I
felt bad for him because he actually didn't do that bad of a job. I think because Michael Owen was paying for him, wasn't he?
Oh, they got beef, haven't they?
Oh yeah, because that come out after.
Yeah, it's in the old book and that, innit?
I haven't read his books. Because I haven't chose to read it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, they're all but done. Yeah, 3 of the top 4. Yeah, they had a real tough run in. They were never going to do it, but he got vilified for it quite a bit, didn't he? He almost lost a bit of his legendary status. It's like, man, you do know what this guy is about and where he's from.
I'm quite curious. I still think Michael Owen doesn't get the credit he deserves, man. I think because of and even from his own supporters.
Michael Owen.
Yeah.
Michael Owen lost credibility when he signed for Man United and was given it large for signing for Man United.
Well, that's the thing. Like your biggest fan base in England, Liverpool, now I don't.
He also could have gone back to Liverpool as well, but Newcastle paid him more money.
Yeah.
So it's not nice. It's not nice. Can Newcastle battle for top 4? For top 4 if they got rid of Mike Ashley?
Not even on a game of FIFA on beginner mode. No way. Look at the 6, 7, 8 teams that are up there fighting for top 4. So there's no way Newcastle would ever break into City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, Everton at the minute, West Ham at the minute. There's no way Newcastle, not in a month of Sundays. No way.
Yeah, you'd have to get bought, and then you'd have to have a few years of transition. You couldn't just have an influx.
And then just hope everyone else falls off as well.
And this is no disrespect to Newcastle, but if you're
I love Newcastle.
I love Newcastle, sick night out. But if you're a foreign player and you're coming over to England, do you want to go to London? Or do you want to go to, the bougie, cool places in Manchester or Liverpool? Because I'd want to go to those 3 places rather than go to Newcastle. That's right. Look, Sean, I've seen it. This is actually jokes as well.
When the golf ball hits the windscreen and he's like, "Oh, it's my friend, the golfer, Rory McIlroy. Oh my god, it's just so makes me sick.
Who's that child?
I can't pronounce his name properly, but he's the 17-year-old.
Oh my god, I'm an old man.
He is not a 17. He's about 11.
It is
taller than Gav.
Shortier, 17 years old.
17 years old.
Baby girl.
Born in 2004. That is horrible.
Oh
my! He
look at him.
No, bro. Like you look young.
He's in year 8.
Bro, you're in year 7. You need to grow up.
What, bruv? I got ID'd yesterday. It was quite funny.
Yeah, because you probably walked into a thing with your school blazers still on.
And you are like 5'1".
Yeah, I know, but it's nice, isn't it? If I still look this young in 20 years' time, I'll take it all day. That's a long hit from Almiron. It's an easy save.
Did you tell him you were 45?
What's that?
Did you tell him you were 45?
Pricks. Short tire. Oh, God. Child, man. Child.
Don't do stuff like
Me?
Hands in the house. Newcastle here to make up the numbers. Can't wait for Norwich to come back in their place. Newcastle had their run.
Newcastle, man, a concrete.
Norwich in the Prem were there to make up numbers as well.
Yeah.
Dan James.
Oh,
touch. Norwich were just they beat City like the first 3 or 4 weeks, and then they were just awful, man.
I'm going back to Norwich like early 90s, and then Norwich early 90s. That's who we were at. But then like it was Newcastle mid 90s. I'm talking before that. Darren Eady.
Darren Eady, Jesus Christ.
Rob Ullathorne.
Mark Robbins up front, weren't he?
Matt Goss.
Well, first season in the Premier League, didn't they come second? They nearly ran away with it.
They should have won it.
Yeah.
They shagged it towards the end.
That horrible shirt, man. That horrible shirt.
Oh yeah, it looked like the bottom of a bird cage.
Yeah, and it had like the Building Society sponsor. Ugh.
Josh Madger to keep following him up. Man, I love Josh Madger.
Sean does as well, but for different. It's because of Sunderland Till I Die. He's
that's how. Yeah, same as.
Snake.
Yeah, is he snake?
Where do you guys, just because Newcastle's on my mind now, where do you rank Newcastle in terms of the English elite? I'm asking Cotton and Gav.
Top. When you say elite, do you mean like the
I mean stature. I don't care about Premier League standings.
They're a big-ish club. Like they've got a very big reputation. But in the terms of like when you say a big club, like when you mean City, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, and stuff that have won stuff, then I wouldn't put them in that category. I mean that'll anger some people, but it's just facts in it. What have they won? I mean,
I'll probably anger more because I don't think they are a big club. They're a well-supported club.
Yeah,
they're a very, very well-supported club, but they're a one-club city. You know, there's no one else in Newcastle to support other than these boys. They've got 55,000 City Stadium. They're a big club in terms of.
Rashford!
Golazo! 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 Goal!
Keeper needs to be doing his better at his near post, but we'll take it.
Is actually. Oh, good hit that.
Absolutely sees him off.
No, because okay, well, first one I lost goal. Let's have a look. Marcus Rashford, all by himself. Keeper, that was horrendous.
I bigged him up as well.
Yeah, that's why he conceded, Gav.
Nice.
I'm going to big up. I'm going to big up Benfica as well. Benfica's best club in Portugal ever.
Say 3 penalties, like. The reason I asked is, okay, here's a bit of thing. Where do you think Newcastle rank in terms of the trophy list? Without looking at it, because I've got it right in front of me, so I'm asking you to.
They're quite low down. They haven't won a title or anything of note since 1955. Is it?
Wrong.
Okay. That's right, isn't it?
Domestic trophies. I'm going to name the clubs who have more than them.
Ipswich.
Yeah, forever.
Remember, I used the word domestic because I think I'll always give credit to teams like Nottingham Forest and that who've won European trophies and things.
Yeah, but they've won league titles. They've won league titles like recently as well, if you want to call it, in comparison to Newcastle.
Oh, I'm not saying they're a bigger club. No.
I think Forest are a bigger club than Newcastle, will they?
Yeah, sure. Give me the data. Definitely in the grand scheme. Yeah, but only Everton, Aston Villa, Tottenham, Man City, Chelsea, and you can guess the rest.
Man
United, Liverpool, etc. have more domestic trophies than Newcastle. So Everton have 20.
He just nearly named after the Premier League.
What? So, well, no, because to be fair, you've got Everton have 24 trophies, Aston Villa have 25, Tottenham have 26, then you've got Man City on 26, Chelsea have 31, Arsenal have 48, and Liverpool United have something like 4 trillion. But Newcastle have 14. They've got one more.
When was their last one?
Yeah, their trophy count.
The last time they won a trophy, my grandma hadn't even got off the friggin' Windrush.
No, but they haven't lifted any significant silverware since the 1950s.
And honestly, like I said, the quality of the tournaments and the leagues that they won is literally like Pele claiming goals he scored in his back garden. Like, what, they won the Milk Cup in 1912 or something. Like literally couldn't care less.
Made a cup of tea.
Yeah. Well, what do Newcastle do now then? Because they can't just sit back and soak up now. Hopefully United just run right here now. Like, wind in the sails, just go for it.
Sean's not happy about that goal going in.
No.
Darlow should have said that. Should have gone out for a corner.
How many corners are we at? We're still only at 2. We're still only at 2. Sean needs 6 each, so I don't know. I don't think he's ever seeing that money again.
Trophy Stadium and fan base is what's putting Newcastle top 10.
I need Shelby to get carded, man.
Yeah, we're all waiting on that one. Yeah,
there's still plenty of time, and he's already been warned, hasn't he? So don't worry about that.
What do you mean? Don't worry about that. He's for long forgot about warning Shelby.
No, because the referee actually did have a word with him straight off the bat. Yeah, Newcastle make Tottenham look like serial trophy winners, exactly.
Celtic, Man United, and Newcastle, world's biggest clubs. Only one of them is definitely in the conversation.
Yeah, I get the feeling he's just up for a little bit of a. He just wants a little bit of a rile up.
Nibel. To be fair, Cup's a cup. I get that to a degree. I do get that, and that's why you get teams like Man City that will go hell for leather and all out for the League Cup. For them, it's a trophy. It should be a trophy for everyone.
No, because we've spoken about this before, all three of us, that Man City are currently cementing their legacy. They're creating their history right now, and they're just they want to get every trophy counts as a major honour. They are climbing that ladder. I mean, for example, let me just go back to that thing. Manchester City, they are now the 5th most successful club in English history. If they win 5 more trophies, they catch Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad.
Chelsea have only been around since 2004.
And
exactly. And Man City have been around since 2004.
Oh, what a hit. That's a great save.
If you think City this season as well are looking at winning the league and possibly a League Cup, maybe an FA Cup, but add that onto all of them as well.
And potentially a Champions League. You never know. Winning trophies yet can't fill a stadium. Now, I'm going to dig you out a little bit on that one, because when they were playing at Main Road, they had 29,000, 30,000 fans. What a goal!
What a strike!
What a hit that is! Maximum. It's one apiece.
Wow.
De Gea is near post because he's shot.
Maximum. Golazzo.
Okay, I wonder. They were just zooming in on Maguire, so I wonder if he's missed something there.
Okay, Cotton. I was on another tab. Walk me through this. What went down?
Well, we're seeing it now. So cross a short corner, cross comes in the box. Maguire just a late. Well, it's just a great strike, man. De Gea, man,
no, it's hit that bloody hard. I'm not blaming De Gea for that.
I am. That's near post, man. Mate, chocolate wrists.
I don't know if I'm blaming him for that.
No, I don't blame him either. Like, granted, it was a piss poor effort at a save, but I think he just there's not really a good way of preparing for that.
No, because you're from that angle there, you're expecting him to go across goal.
He could have hit that anywhere.
I think you're expecting that shot to be going across goal.
Yeah,
I'm not blaming him there.
De Gea doesn't expect anything. That's the problem.
Hey.
Oh yeah, I'm not happy with that goal at all, man. Like, well, that's exactly what we do. Look, we've had all of the ball, and then we just absolutely shag it for ourselves. Right, ref. Oh, come on then.
I'll completely disagree with you there, Chris. That is the definition of becoming a big club.
But like you said, they're building the foundations. In 50 years' time, when City
knock someone out.
20 league titles, we won't be having this conversation because
Not
to make it transparent. My bad, one sec.
Also, the thing with City not filling the stadium. Like, what do you expect when I know City do have a big fan base from in the city. But how massive United have been for the last 50, 60, 70, 80 years. Like, no wonder everyone in the city supported United or United had a bigger fan base. So it's
that's the thing. Like, Man United fans, like when you're a kid, whether you like it or not, unless your parents are fans of a particular club and you're sort of forced into that, you look at who's at the top. And you like whoever's at the top. You might not have to go for the team who are number one. You might go for the team that are number 2, 3, 4, or 5. But you have a look and see, who's some of the best teams? Yeah, I'll support them. I'll follow them. And as you get older, that's how you get your fandom. So for instance, for me, when I became an Arsenal fan.
Oh yeah, wicked. I'm curious about this. Go on.
What the year Arsenal became?
Yeah, tell me about your first time. Go on.
The year I became an Arsenal fan, Arsenal came 12th.
Oh, fucking hell, Wan-Bissaka. Jesus Christ.
Arsenal came 12th. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then, when we went through our little period of, winning a couple of league titles and that sort of stuff, everyone's going, you're a bit of a glory supporter. No, I'm not a glory supporter. We were shit. Now I like them. I liked them then. We did well. We were hanging around there, and now we're shit again. So it's just part and parcel, isn't it?
Oh, man.
I'm assuming that Chris is a United fan or just someone that hates Liverpool and City, because I saw him trying to get nibbles about Gerrard winning the league earlier. I'm a United fan, and I can't stand Man City.
They're a massive club.
Of course, they're a big club now. They've won the league.
They're a big club now, yeah.
Yeah, they are a big club at the minute. They've won the league however many times in the last 5-6 years. How many trophies have they won? You can't, just because you don't like that they're a big club or you don't like them and they have no history or whatever, then okay, well here we go. You're a Celtic fan. Celtic aren't a massive club. Every time you get into Europe, you get knocked out of the group stage straight away. You can't even
Apart
win.
from that, then they'll live off that moment when they beat Barcelona.
Celtic are a massive club.
Celtic are a big club. I do believe
no.
And the thing about the 29,000 is it's nearly half what Newcastle get. Have a look at the size of their stadiums.
But
Main Road only held about 30,000 fans anyway, and then we're still getting 30-odd thousand fans turning up at their ground every week when they were in Division 2.
Oh, God.
This is what I was getting at.
No.
What's the matter?
What are we basing Celtic being a big club on? What trophies they've won? What the Iron Ball Cup?
Celtic
won your own trophy. They're global reach.
Are they a big club right now? Are Celtic a big club right now?
They're doing shit in the league this season.
Are players clamouring? Are players clamouring to go sign for Celtic? Are they a massive club?
You asked me, are Celtic one of the top clubs? No. Are they one of the biggest clubs? Yeah.
No,
yeah, I agree with that. I'm with Ed on that.
No,
yeah.
But hold on, but he's talking about big clubs, as in literally talking about trophies and stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you with the City.
You can't.
I agree with you with the City.
I
It's not their fault they play in Scotland.
Yeah, innit? I couldn't give a shit if Rangers
Like,
won.
they want to go win the league. They win the league. It's not their fault. They can't
Rangers
say,
have won-
"Oh well," like as a football club, you can't transfer yourself out, can you? Be like, right, we're Celtic. Right, we've had enough. Right, let's go with someone else.
Juniors, no. Yeah, funnily enough, no one from Northampton is, but the whole of South America would love to. Oh, it's like, do you know what I mean? It's like the world isn't England.
Are we saying Boca Juniors are a massive club now?
No, but we're saying
Boca Juniors have got global reach though. They're a big club.
That's not a big club. That's not a big club.
No. Okay, that one. Yeah.
They've got global reputation.
Yeah, but that one I'll give you.
A reputation. If you've got a good reputation, a big reputation, it does make it quite big.
So hold on.
Yeah, but these are two different conversations. Cotton's right.
Are we literally basing it on fan base or what then? Are we basing it on fan base then? What you go, well, why isn't there supporters clubs? So just because someone in Honolulu supports a Scottish football team doesn't mean they're a big club.
Yeah, but then there's also commercial pull as well, isn't there?
Gav, we're in England, right? We're in England, and we like Chicken Inn and Zimbabwean teams. They're not massive clubs. We just
I don't like Chicken Inn because they still ain't sent a shirt yet.
But it doesn't mean they're a big club at all. If they're a big club,
I'm a Kakamega Homeboys fan now.
If you're a big club, how can you've had to settle with bringing in Neil Lennon again, who's probably the shittest manager in the history of world football? And you're like 30 points behind your fiercest rivals in a title race. Massive club mentality. Massive club.
1 year. They've just won it 9 seasons on the spin.
Yep, exactly, because the league's a joke. The
league is a joke, but it's not their fault. It's not their fault. You know, if you're a player and you're up there, you're like, I've had enough of this. I want to go better myself. I want to go do this. You can do that as a player. As a club, you can't do that. It's not your fault. Like Man City can't be like, right, we've had enough of this bullshit. We're moving on. We're going to go take over Italy. They can't do that. It's not their fault.
But it doesn't mean they're a big club. Somebody's triggered. No, it's not triggering. It's like it's like Gav, like we were saying before. Like, you know, when United lose or Arsenal lose, and someone that supports like Tranmere goes, Arsenal are shit. Look at them fourth. Look at them fourth in the league. You're literally like 18th in League Two. What's it got to do with you? Like, it's literally doesn't concern you. But like, there's no way. There's no way. Absolutely no way you're saying that Celtic are like a. It depends again. What's the bracket for a big club? Because there's no way you can tell me Celtic are a big club, but Man City aren't. There's no way they're not on the same.
Like, I agree.
If you go worldwide now, everyone knows City. We all take the piss out of it. I hate City, but people know Pep, people know Aguero, people know De Bruyne. Yeah. Like it's not. So if by his own thing, if he's saying that City aren't a big club, then neither are Celtic. So.
That was it. Erhan Aksu. That's exactly how I see it. If you've got big reach, if you spread across, then you're a big club. And then but elite top club, like in my opinion, I think there's only 3 like elite clubs:
Real Madrid, Man United,
and Barcelona. Yeah, I know they're the 3. I think
that's what I mean. Like that's what commercially.
And that's not
commercially
driven and that's not because all 3 of them are the most. Well, Real Madrid are. But there's teams who've worked. Bayern Munich and, like, for example, Liverpool have got more success than Barcelona. But Barcelona have the reach to be that elite.
But what is that for an argument? This literally sounds like my dad's harder than your dad. Show me Man City supporters bars worldwide. I can show you Celtic ones.
You can. There's a couple in New York. New York is one of the most cosmopolitan and like one of the largest cities in the world in terms of GDPR, not GDPR, GDP. That's the one. So New York's giant. There's loads of City fans over there as well.
I know tons of City fans.
So, but
I don't know many actually. I think I personally know 3.
But he doesn't think there's a court. Like, he's literally got me defending Manchester City here now. But that Man City have got. Do you think City have got 250,000 fans altogether?
Yes.
Manchester
in terms of man
as a fan base,
blue,
like, yeah. Like, so again, you've got me defending Manchester. You got me defending City in this argument. But like.
You're an honest fan. You're an honest person. You're saying it as it is.
Like I said, his argument falls flat because if you're trying to tell me the same reasons that Celtic are a big club and City, like, I couldn't care less of how many bars in New York have got a City shirt on the walls. Like I literally couldn't care. Like,
well, they've got a franchise over there as well, which does help. And once again, that's what I mean about the commercial pull, the commercial drive. You've got that over there. You've got it in Mexico. You've got it in Australia. Thanks.
He's not honest. It's my opinion. It's my opinion. There's no index for it. There's no right or wrong answer for it. Like the points you're giving me don't make sense if you don't think. But now you're talking about attendance. What does that matter?
Well, this is what I wanted to go back to that point about the fact that they had 29,000, like City had 29,000, 30,000 fans when they're at Main Rome. Yeah, Newcastle do, but it's the size of their stadium. It's not their fault. Arsenal could only get 38,500 before. Now we get 60,000 when the stadium's full because it's a bigger stadium.
Anything. Attendance don't mean shit. Don't even give
Why
me
is
that.
there 60,000 fans going to Celtic games? Because it's either Celtic or Rangers, or then you have to support fucking Motherwell or Hibs. And
well, this is the thing, because when Rangers were down in the when Rangers was down in the 4th tier, Celtic were playing away from home, and Rangers had more fans at Ibrox than the whole of Scotland combined one weekend. Combined. But like you got is it Queen's Park who play at Hampden Park? Not Hampden Park. Queen's Park play at they play in an 80,000 seat stadium, wherever it is, and they only get 1,000 that turn up there. Cowden Beef, they get like 563.
Well, just look how
it's half time, by the way.
Look how the money's split in the SPFL anyway. Like, it's literally split. Like Rangers and Celtic get like 60% between the two of them, and then the other like 10 clubs have to scrap it out for like 2% each. It's ridiculous. But here's another one as well. Like, so no one's heard of Henrik Larsson or Jock Steen. Name players all you want, mate. Nicholas Bentner. Like, it doesn't matter if we know a player.
Can you address him by his proper name, please?
Lord Nicholas Bentner.
Thank you.
Just because you know players, like there's plenty of like.
I'm seeing PSG of modern day giants. You need to accept.
Yeah, you're talking about like cult players, but there's loads of cult players. Taribo West, mate. It doesn't mean the team's
George Cadet.
Yeah, like it doesn't.
Going back to the Celtic
anything.
Is it Tommy Boyd? Tommy Boyd, was he there or Rangers? I can't remember. Don't want to offend.
Yeah. Personally, Brentford Rejects had a decent fan base late 90s. Yeah, I bet they did. TV show. But that is the thing. Like I said, for the main reasons, if you don't think City are a big club, then Celtic aren't. I don't care how many people in Manchester go to watch City. Like we banter about it.
I honestly think though, if people of our age group will be able to name more Manchester United players than Celtic players from the 90s.
But here's the thing as well, yeah. So we get 74,000 at Old Trafford a week here or whatever, and okay, we do take the piss out of City because it's empty or whatever. Okay. So how many extra points a weekend do we get in the league for having more fans at the ground? How many extra points is that worth?
Well, it's not about extra points. It's more about extra money. That extra revenue can then go off and do whatever. But Man City don't need the revenue because they're owned by
exactly. Like they care. Mate, they could literally have no one in the stadium. But if they're going to win the league every year, you can't say they're not a big club if they're literally winning the one trophy we're all going for. Like it's just not.
What's the crack? Are we still going to bring this back to Newcastle? Newcastle a big club? Because I still don't think they are.
I think they've got stature, but they're not a big club. They're like you said, they've got a large stadium, they've got a large fan base from a big city, but they're not a big club, are they? We've just literally gone through. They haven't won a title since what? There was
1954.
Since a war, yeah, literally since like a war-torn England, like, yeah. It's, but what does this have to do with them being a big club? You could probably find more passionate fans that go watch Sunday League or watch their hometown club. Have probably got better fans than some of the Prem clubs. So that doesn't make them a big club, like. It literally is just. I don't understand the playground reasoning or like. I'm actually like blown away by some of it. Like, well, it literally is my dad's harder than you. We've got more fans. Got a better fan base. Our fans are better. We got more bars. But cool, man. Like they're not. I wouldn't say they're a big club at all.
Sushi, you saying hello, bruv. I don't know how much you've seen of that, or whether you saw it or you missed it. But it's all been kicking off.
Historic club, yeah, but not a big club.
The biggest thing about Newcastle FC is the film goal.
Sun will come out tomorrow.
Did you see someone scored the other day, and his actual name was Santiago Munez, but it was spelt just slightly different.
Oh
but,
my god!
He's on a few people's radars. Yeah. Santiago Munez.
Did you miss me?
Create club tier. Elite, massive, big 1, 2, 3. Elite, massive, big. Then I would then say, well, in terms of elite, we said that before. In terms of Barca, Real, Man United, they're elite. In terms of global reach, etc., etc. Massive. That's when you bring in the rest of the top fours of most countries, including Lob Juve in there, AC, Inter. Lob Arsenal, Liverpool in there, Chelsea to a degree, Bayern would probably be the only club that enter that, and then I'll stick that back up for a second. No, stick that back up. We'll come back to that in a sec, and then in tier 3, that's where I'll put Man City. Man City would be in that big club.
Yeah, they are.
So elite, massive, big. Big being number 3. It doesn't mean that they're not big. But Newcastle wouldn't be in any of those top 3.
No, they wouldn't at all.
I think it's also hard for people to accept that as technology and as the league has grown and as the reach has grown, when you've been top dog or you've been amongst the growth of English football for such a long time, it must be hard when a team just absolutely flies at the peak of its powers. But that's the same with everything. Manchester City are a juggernaut. They are now.
Man City have got history as well. That's the thing. Manchester City had history, and they were an established Premier League club too. And
who's the lad at the bottom support, mate?
Me?
No,
you. Oh yeah. What am I on about? I think I was just assuming I was at the bottom because I'm not very tall. But look. Man City, their following was still giant when they were playing against Gillingham in that playoff final against Gillingham, the Nicky Weaver final.
Mm-hmm.
That was the start of them turning back into what they are. Leeds United are a big club. Leeds United haven't been in the Premier League. Obviously, they're back in the Premier now, but they haven't been there for 16, 17 years. Yeah. Doesn't mean that they're not a big club. Nottingham Forest, I know you gave off that list before. Nottingham Forest are a giant club, man. Giant club. They've got 2 European Cups.
Here's a good one.
Their perch when Liverpool were in their pomp.
Here's a good one from Adam, because I would say big club as well, because I know we were saying about I don't care about players, whatever, but that Ajax team of the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s literally not only just shaped like the Dutch national team style of football, it literally influenced football. So Ajax in their academy, I probably would say that they're up there in one of the top brackets, but they literally changed football.
Talk about change. Can you change your corner count? There's 5.
What was there 5?
We are 1 to United, 4 to.
Beautiful.
I've had a couple of cards as well.
Of course we have. There's 3 yellows.
Is it 3? So no,
Did Joe get one?
No, not yet.
No,
it was Bruno Fernandes, Lascelles, and Joelington, I think.
Yeah.
Jolie. But yeah, Ajax are up there, massive.
First British club to win the European Cup, Celtic, wasn't it?
Celtic, 1967, 1-0 against Inter Milan. Congratulations, well done.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's it matter? Celtic won the European Cup the year before my mum was born. Oh yeah, blah blah blah. How many have Arsenal won? Arsenal haven't won any. Congratulations, we haven't won any either. So because I know that's going to start coming up next. Do you know what I mean? It's like, wow, we've won more than Arsenal now. Oh, great.
Cool. So, I don't think Newcastle are top 10 biggest clubs in England. Even if you went down the list of the Premier League teams, there's a few you'd put in the big and elite. There's some in the Championship that you'd still put in big clubs and stuff. Like you were saying,
this is what I'm talking about, and this is what I mean. Leeds United have only just come back. They're a massive club.
I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. That's why. Fucking and the from father to son, the whatever. Yeah, trying to make it sound cool.
But it's same with you, though, Cotton, isn't it? Your old man was a United fan, and you got that.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from. It doesn't matter where you're from or what you do. If you support your club, you support your club. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got no family tie with Arsenal. My family, my direct family don't like football. From when I was born, do you know what I mean? It was my stepdad that came into the household, and he was a United fan. I'd already picked Arsenal by then.
Right, hold on. He's shown himself up to be a right troll, because there's no way anyone's believing this. That's it. The conversation's done now. Like you've had your nibbles, you've had your run.
You are grounded.
we're not having that. I mean, Middlesbrough might be a bigger place than Leeds for all I know. I'm not great with geography, but there's no way.
Yeah, exactly.
The biggest thing that Middlesbrough ever did was sign Ravanelli.
Apologies, it was 2-1. You won by a goal. There you go. Congratulations.
The biggest thing Middlesbrough ever did was sign Ravanelli and Janino. Oh, Alan Boksic for a while.
Alan Boksic, man. Alan Boksic is a baller.
Middlesbrough. That's all I say. Like, I have an appreciation for a lot of clubs in England being English. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but I think if I went to someone else abroad and went, yo, what do you think of Middlesbrough? They'd go, Middle who?
What? Yeah. Is that the place they feel? Is that Emmerdale? Are you talking about Emmerdale? Like the show that's kind of like EastEnders?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, that the Middlesbrough one has some great. It's given a lot of people laughs in the comments. But again, you're going back. You're saying European Cup finalists, but by your own admission, you're saying City winning trophies doesn't mean anything. But now you're giving me that Borough will win a final once. And what?
Yeah, they were in the UEFA Cup final in 2006.
We turned up and lost. Man City,
that should have been. That could have been Arsenal versus Middlesbrough in the European Super Cup. The banter.
What happens if Man City win a Champions League? Let's say just go on, entertain me. Let's say Man City won it. Let's say Man City won it this year, and then Man City went. What would then happen? They'd go do the Club World Cup, wouldn't they?
Yes.
So, in theory, Manchester City would have took their name over to South America, or whether it was held, because it's held in, I think it was Asia when we did it. Yeah, wherever it is. So, in theory, Man City would be world champions.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't take much, but when you're already at that level, it just elevates quickly. And yes, I'm not happy with how quickly Man City come up, but the fact of the matter is, they're big.
You lads should have supported enough out of town. Forget all this big club talk.
Do you know, the biggest thing that ever happened to Middlesbrough was signing Jonathan Woodgate. That was like superstar. Even though he'd just been absolutely dog shit at Madrid, that was like their claim to fame. Like, we've got a Galactico. We've got a Galactico. We've got Jonathan Woodgate.
I just think it's madness that Gino signed again.
Yeah, what a player! What a player he was, though.
How does that get?
Unbelievable.
But, the fans
why did he go there? Why did Ravanelli go there? From you? Didn't he go from Juve?
He left Juventus.
So he played for
Juventus had just lost in the no. Didn't he? No, didn't he sign the season that they won it? Like
I can see him.
They won the Champions League in '96.
Yeah,
and then that summer, did he move on then?
I can see him in that silver Sony Juve shirt, man.
Oh yeah, the blue one with the yellow star on the shoulder.
I'm thinking there was a proper like silvery one. Oh, there we.
The silver one. Do you know about his hair?
Oh, the silver fox. Fabrizio Ravanelli. Literally, every single kid up and down the country used to put their shirt over their head when they scored, just because of
Here we go. Do you want a bigger nibble?
Go on then.
These are the three clubs that have won the most recent derbies.
I don't mean to press that. Sorry.
Biggest clubs in cities. I mean, yeah. There we go. I'm sure.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
I mean, to be fair, and again, I hate Man City. We used to take the piss out of them. We used to sing that they've got the biggest floodlights in the Football League song because we used to take the piss out of them. But the fact that they've now won titles, like other than Liverpool and Chelsea winning one, City have dominated English football for the last 5, 6, 7 years, and Like even look at today's result and stuff. Like we a month or two ago, we were sat here like this is the most open title race in ages. City are fucking 10 points clear again before you know it. They're going to run away with it again, and it's
we tried to get in their way today, but
they're machines, man.
I didn't even watch the game. I was so convinced City were going to beat us.
Oh man, I cooked halfway through. I was like, I've had enough.
Do you know what? During the second half, Ed, I was ranking up the FFAR in Newcastle, so I was like partially watching. What other shirts in the background? The United signed one is I've got the little certificate of authenticity because I can't remember everyone that's on it. But it's Moyes' first season, so it's De Gea, Mata, Ferdinand, Jones, Javier Hernandez, Van Persie, Welbeck, Rooney, Giggs, Kagawa, Vidic, Carrick, Nani, Raphael, Darren Fletcher, Valencia, Smalling, Young, Fellaini, and David Moyes. Unfortunately,
biggest name on there, Fellaini.
Yeah, and then there's the Van Nistelrooy one. And then there's an Icardi one as well because I love Icardi. Absolutely love Icardi.
It's just mad love for Icardi, isn't it?
Well, yeah, even my cat's called Malroy, for God's sake.
I know.
Yeah.
Right then. Do you know? I'm gonna have to cut all that and stick that on its own little thing. Because there's some heat shit going on there. In the first half, we were all kicking up about that.
So here it was as well. It was Club Santos in Mexico. It was 18-year-old striker Santiago Munez, and Newcastle retweeted it as well.
Better.
But we're back into the second half. All I need is
I need a Shelby yellow card.
We need
a Shelby yellow card. Also, a Harry Maguire header would sort me out 150 quid as well.
That'd be all right.
14-1.
I saw that.
Yeah, man.
Did you fancy it?
That's my tempo.
I fancied on that Wolves Leeds game. I saw Patrick Bamford to get a header, score a header, 14-1, and I fancied it. Yeah. I was like, because I texted you quite, didn't I? Because I was like,
I actually had.
Was the guy that I shot at a header? Please tell me not.
Yeah. Because I had Bamford have a shot on target with his head, and he didn't. It was really annoying.
After watching the Arsenal game, I said, I don't think I'll ever see Leeds win again. And then I just bet on Wolves to win. And I lost the money, so I'm not even going to go.
All three of you. Now you're top two. I'm glad he said top two because it's difficult to stay one.
Striker or forward? Because if you go...
No, striker. Let's not go down this route. Striker.
Okay. Striker, I'd say the best striker... one of the two best strikers I've ever seen in the Premier League for sheer ability. I'm probably gonna have to go Van Nistelrooy and Henry, man. Like I genuinely think.
That was what I was going to ask. Will you be putting down Henry as a striker or as a forward?
That's what I mean.
That then changes my opinion.
Because as a striker, like Van Nistelrooy was literally like if you wanted a blueprint of what you wanted your striker to be, it was Van Nistelrooy, man. Like he was fast. He was. You give him the ball in the box and it's a goal, like guaranteed. Literally passing the ball in the box and it's a goal. He was just a menace. Shearer, Van Nistelrooy could have broke Shearer's record if he stuck around, but the story was that Rue Van Nistelrooy had a training ground bust up with an up and coming youth player called Cristiano Ronaldo, and Van Nistelrooy basically gave Fergie
great challenge there by Almiron. Did not give up. I can't
believe that. True? Colin, is that true?
Yeah. So Van Nistelrooy and Ronaldo had a bit of a spat in training, and Van Nistelrooy said, "Go and cry to your daddy," meaning Carlos Queiroz, who was there at the time and he was Portuguese, so he was like Ronaldo's mentor because obviously he was young. But Ronaldo's dad had just died or was poorly or something, so he took it in a way of Van Nistelrooy being like, "Oh, go cry to your dad." So Ronaldo was like, "The fuck." So Fergie pulled him up and was just like, basically like, "Listen, this kid's the future. Like, either get on with it or get along with him, or you're gone," sort of thing. And Van Nistelrooy tried to call his bluff, and it was like, "Oh, Real Madrid want you, so see you later." And that's
Rascal. I never knew that. That.
Yeah, man. But then, like for the next 5 or 6 years, we hardly had problems with strikers, did we? We had Rooney, Berbatov, Ronaldo, Tevez.
Berbatov's so underrated, man.
Unbelievable, mate.
The question? I think Berbatov's underrated at all. I think he's well.
He doesn't get anywhere near the
underappreciated. Yeah,
underappreciated. There we are.
Yeah. So he's come back and said pure goal scorer. So then, I'm going with him as well. I'm going with you. Omri and Van Nistelrooy. If we're saying just forwards as a whole, then. Well, you say out and out strikers. I sort of take Omri out, and then I start thinking about Aguero.
I'd say Shearer. Oh yeah, Aguero.
Think about Aguero because I look at Shearer. Shearer did it over 13 years. Shearer did it over 13 years. No, 22. He retired in 2014. Yeah, it's 14 years from 1992 when football began until he retired.
I love that.
Until he retired in 2006. He did that over 14 years. And to be fair, he had lots of injuries as well towards the end of his career. It could have been bigger. But I'll look at the contribution to the club as well as their own personal tally ticking up. So that's when I'll bring Aguero into the mix because he's been there for 9 years. He's played 140 minutes this season and he's still like balling. He's still got like nearly 200 goals.
Do you know what my beef with Shearer is? My beef with Shearer, never ever down. Oh no, never. Well, mate, if Shearer would have gone to United, it'd have been. I know we won X amount of times.
No, but it would have been more.
It would have been a joke. My beef with Shearer is that it's the same with why Kane needs to get out now. Listen, what a great career, yeah. But in the end of it all, other than a league title with Blackburn, what does Shearer have to show for all them goals, man?
He got two FA Cup finally, runners-up medals.
Yeah, but like, man.
Well, did you have your two?
Oh, to be fair, I did have my
until you said Aguero.
I did till you said Aguero, and then I was like, no, what's he done?
Aguero?
Because I was thinking of Aguero, but then he said Suarez. That's a different conversation. Like definitely not.
Mad.
No, because thing is with Suarez, and what I'll say about that one there is Suarez. I think if at the peak of his powers, I think that was the best attacking season I've ever seen from a player. So to put in perspective. He equalled the record at the time. I know Salah went and broke it, but the record at the time was held between Shearer and Ronaldo, and it was 31 goals in a 38-game season. And Suarez got 31 goals without a single penalty, and he missed the opening 5 games of the season because he was banned from football.
You know why?
He missed the first 5 games.
He scored a hat-trick against Norwich every single week. Every single week he was scoring a hat-trick against Norwich. So I don't know why they're allowed to play him every week.
And people forget Sturridge scored 23 goals with him, and he scored SAS, Sutton and Shearer, Sturridge and Suarez. It was the media.
Sturridge, Suarez, and Sterling, man, the three of them.
Oh, SAS, I loved it. No, it wasn't Triple S. It was the SAS.
It was SAS.
Right, so Ed, you got two. You got to pick two.
This is hard.
That's
not a shout from Adam as well. Oh, okay. So
I tell you what, man. I think Rooney doesn't get enough love, bro. I think it's criminal how much disrespect Rooney gets. But then, okay, are we saying? You know what? I think Rooney goes into Rooney makes my Premier League 11. I want that to be out there before I say Thierry Henry and Sergio Aguero. Can that be done?
Well, Adam's had an idea.
Have to cam him.
Adam's had an idea. So Adam's saying Defoe off the bench. Okay, so we're allowed a player off the bench. We're allowed a bench striker. And I think I can't even...
Peter Crouch!
Andy Cole.
I think he's got to be the Defoe as well. Ooh.
I'm going to... Andy Cole, man. Andy Cole, technically not a great footballer, but you put him anywhere in the 18-yard box, he will find the back of the net for you for any club he plays for.
Gav, did you say he wasn't good? Do you know why he wasn't good? Because he was outstanding. What a jam.
I'm Andy Cole and I scored the goals. Don't watch. Don't watch that. That's
such a banger.
Jam.
Was that the period he was going through, like, call me Andrew, it's not Andy?
No, because he says it in the track. I'm Andy Cole and I scored the goals.
Oh, okay.
I wish you wouldn't get it done for copyright because I would love to play that track right now.
Yeah, we'll tweet it out later. We'll tweet the link later.
Yes.
Connor.
Frickin'.
Yeah. Check a Slim Shade.
I don't know how.
Will you be disappointed in a draw here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, does it? Yeah.
Considering where the season's at, because I think City have gone off into the sunset.
Yeah. But we need to solidify that. But this is our problem. Like, we'll always have this problem if, okay, City can't be caught now. But like, what's the point now?
Yeah.
We can't just take our foot off the gas because we can't win the league. Where's the mentality in that? We need to secure. Well, if we can secure top 4 with X amount of weeks left of the season to go, we can then focus on if we're in a cup, if we're still in Europe, if we're still in the FA Cup, we can focus on that. So we do need to get a win here today, 100%. All-time goalkeeper in the Premier League. I'm going to say a name. Yeah, you're probably going to say the same as me, and it's
I always used to go with one, but. I'm not anymore. I'm going with Petr Cech.
Oh, okay. So
You've joined me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going with a Man United goalkeeper.
Yeah, obviously Schmeichel.
No, it's not.
No. It's going with Van der Sar. Yeah, no, I've always preferred Van der Sar to Schmeichel, but then I can't really compare that because I never watched Schmeichel. So
Van der Sar
I always had Schmeichel. I would always go with Schmeichel, but I've looked at.
Petr Cech's best in my era, man.
Petr Cech, his career has been tarnished by his stint at Arsenal.
Longevity. The longevity he showed.
Yeah, you've got to look at that guy. Came from 2 injuries, like 2 head injuries that could have killed him. Let alone end his career. Could have physically killed him.
Bit like this haircut.
Like that.
Look at Ryan Fraser. Ryan Fraser looks like a garden gnome, doesn't he?
He needs help with that Barnet, man. Jesus Christ. But like Van der Sar, I love Van der Sar because I remember when Van der Sar signed for Fulham. And ending his career. That's what he was doing. I've had a great career. I've had a fantastic time. I've been at Ajax. I've won European titles. I've gone to Juventus. I've had a great time. Thank you very much for your time. I'm going to end my career in the Premier League. I'll go to Fulham. Couple years.
Well, we wanted him when Schmeichel retired in '99. He was number 1 on the hit list. He was who we wanted.
Yeah, but he was at Juventus.
Yep. And then we just went through a steady stream of some of the worst goalkeepers in Premier League.
Oh, right. Should we name some of the worst goalkeepers you had? Was it Mark
Bosnich?
Paul Rachubka. He played against Sydney or whatever it was. Sydney.
We're not going to talk about Taibbi because it's just too easy.
That's too bait.
I'd say one of the worst goalkeepers we've ever had. Honestly, couldn't stand him at the time. Still, when I watch back Premier League years, it angers my blood so much. Fuck Fabian Barthez, man. Absolute
my God, he lost you titles.
Clown, mate.
So bad at the back.
Go on, Dan James. Danny James. What a guy. What a guy. What a strike.
Dan James, fucking hell, bloody hell, son.
Ballon d'Or winning Dan James.
Oh God, keeping Diallo at the side.
Sorry, Dan James. Wow. We move.
Jesus Christ. My God.
What a strike, man. Do you know what? When the ball went out to him, I was like, oh, it's Dan James. If anyone else is in that space, they're going to score. But that's tasty.
Oh, I like that. I like that
too. I like that too. There we go. Now push on. Don't just sit back and... That's a crispy finish, man. Well done, Dan James. Well done. Top guy. Keeper, though. Well, to be fair, he thinks he's going to go across him, don't he? So... Yeah, he thinks he's going to go the other side.
Is that the right one?
Make my way downtown.
Is that the right one?
Yeah, well, listen.
Well, things have changed.
I thought Tim Howard was a pretty good goalkeeper. He had his moments.
I like Tim Howard.
I thought he was alright as a shot.
What? Did people think he was bad? I thought.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He gets slated a lot. Yeah. No, he gets slated a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know
for his time at United?
There was the Champions
before me.
What game was it? There was because he did have Tourette's, didn't he? There was one game where he pure flinched before a free kick came in and absolutely just palmed it straight back out. But yeah, I liked him. He was good. He was good. I tell you what, I actually thought Roy Carroll was a good shot stopper at United as well. So have that one. Wasn't a great goalkeeper, but he was a good shot stopper.
You say Roy Carroll?
Yeah, he was good. He was a good goalkeeper.
Neville, mate. Not Gary or Phil. Southall.
Yeah, Chris. It was the Porto game. It was the one that cost us. That was the Marino
2004. 2004. Yeah.
He basically comes out and just pushes a free kick right into the middle of the box. Yeah. Shame though, because he was a half decent goalkeeper.
It was a good goalkeeper.
Half decent.
Henrik Larsson was world class.
I was going to say, we don't even need to discuss that. We don't even need to discuss
that. Henrik Larsson won the Champions League for Barcelona.
What a guy. Mate, don't forget he came to us as well.
Yeah, exactly. Him coming off the bench changed the game.
We, Fergie, because obviously Larsson was playing for his hometown club when we signed him on loan. And Fergie tried to get him for the whole rest of the season. And Larsson, just being a man of his word, was like, look, I'd love to. Martial? He was like, yeah, I'd love to, but I've already promised AEK Lols Blue
yeah,
he was like, I'm just going back there. So
or Helsingborg.
Something like that. But what a guy, yeah, what a guy. I've got so much time for Henrik Larsson.
I don't think anyone in the world, I think even Norwegians and Rangers fans have time for Henrik Larsson.
He was shit, mate.
Yeah.
just good he was Swedish and not Finnish.
Hey, well, he's not 28, is he?
Finished? 28? Go on, Dan James, hit it one on.
Go on, Dan James, I dare you.
Oh, go on, give me a Maguire header. Go on, you slabhead. Stay back post for a second.
Remix. Mate, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a little preview.
James.
Did you see Jesse Lingard's goal today for West Ham?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why was there a review? Why are we doing this? He set himself up.
No, but the other guy was offside. And if he'd touched the ball before,
yeah, but he didn't. He clearly didn't touch the ball.
If it did, the reason why, if it did get chalked out, we'd all be thinking,
what the was that?
Everyone, I love that. Everyone was standing at the side. Marina's there going, oh, I wonder. And I'm like, it's a goal. Surely it's a goal. I'm like, why are we here? I'm like, I've got places to be.
I'm with you. I can understand why they had to look at it because he would have been offside, but they didn't need to look at it for 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just get. Honestly, we'll talk about it later, but the VAR decision in the Liverpool game yesterday, when referee looked at the monitor and went, yeah, fuck it.
We'll talk about it in a bit.
He looked at it for like 3 seconds. He came over, squinted, and went, "Yeah."
To be fair, like I mean, I'm you know me. I'm not the type to be running to Twitter or thing to go, please, that decision is the reason. Like, you know what I mean? It's like we're the architects of our own downfall. But I did see that, and I thought he was clearly trying to promote a narrative of I'm sticking with my decision, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, we will talk about it later, but I'm gonna lead in, and I'll keep people sticking around because they want to hear my controversial opinion. I think it's a really soft penalty, and I'm not sure I'm having it, to be honest.
Well, I think I'm with you, but now a penalty has been given, I say red card. But
yeah, that's the point. That's the point. Yeah. That's the point, though. Yeah, I'm with.
But we'll talk about it later. If you want to know more,
you
need to wait until full time of this game.
Exactly.
Full time. Oh God, it's like next week.
Get ready for the trigger. Let's have a look at that. We'll show you a sneak peek at next week's episode.
Yeah.
I can't believe Arsenal just smashed Leicester 6-0.
I can't believe it. Yeah.
Next week, innit? Next week's show, innit?
Hold on, we'll do a Sopranos and just fade to black. Like,
yeah,
we'll just end like that.
I was going to remove us all as well, but then people will get
bye.
And the stream's finished.
Can you do like a cliffhanger?
Yeah. That'll be there. That'll be there. What now?
Now. End stream. That showed him. They'll be back for more.
Oh God! Come on, John Joe Shelby, throw yourself in.
I was just about to say, I'm really pissed off that Shelby calmed himself down, man. Really annoyed at that. Oh, we've had 6 corners, lads. It's stuck in here.
Oh
Slacky,
God, I
innit?
didn't even notice. Why are we
Or unless
paying
we're about to
attention?
just get a corner now. I think there might just be one now. That might plus six corners. Go on, Rashi, do something with it, please.
I thought you were going with that one.
You
Not
what?
that one band.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're two different ones because that's
Well, I had to, it was only Super Bowl that I educated you that the NFL music they always use, the da 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 da, hey, da da. That's Gary Glitter, man. They can't be using Nancy music in the Super Bowl, man. Like, how is that? It's mad.
Oh.
He doesn't get rights for that anymore. I'm pretty sure that they stopped him from getting royalties for that.
I still like
I'd really
the
hope
cricket
so.
one's the best one.
I loved the IPL, man. When it was on ITV4, the IPL was sick.
I can't wait to edit that. I can't wait to edit that. I love the EDL.
Martial.
Oh, Martial.
Oh, he's offside. It doesn't even matter.
Oh, he's a shit player.
He's not got his gloves on. That's why it's not going well today.
And too cold, can't play.
He's wearing the black.
No, all jokes aside,
he is off.
Let's be
It's
real,
tight,
man.
though, isn't it?
Okay, so let's say the season ends here, which it doesn't. Spoiler. Manchester United finished second. Surely Anthony Martial is not part of the attack. It takes you to the next level, or whatever level you're choosing to get to.
No, but who's going to buy him? Who wants him?
He's still worth mint. He's still like valuable.
Yeah.
He's a good player. He's still worth mint.
Who wants him?
I
don't know, do I?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, if he was going to win the Premier League, for argument's sake, I don't see him going to another top 6, 8, 10 club wanting him.
PSG, mate. He'll go PSG. When they get rid of either Neymar or Mbappe, there'll be a space for him, and that's the kind of move that would suit him.
And then you see him.
I reckon he'll go to like Lille. Lille ain't got the money.
No. Yeah, into Milan. I can see him going into Milan.
No, it's too young.
No, into Milan for sure.
Oh no, Inter's fine. AC. You got to be like 48 to sign.
He'll go to Inter Milan and join up with the other 37 ex-Man United players. Yeah, man. In that AC, Milan, the AC Inter derby today, the amount of ex-United players, and I'm not talking about like in the last 10 years. I'm talking about the last 2 or 3 years. Dalot was playing, Ashley Young, Lukaku, Sanchez. Like, what's happening? Stop it. Ibrahimovic.
I know what. To be fair to the comment, I think Gav's going to put very shortly to make someone bite. That one. I think you've got to understand, that it's part of a building process. Like,
exactly.
United being content and happy with 4th means they can continue with the project. Solskjaer's project ends the moment he doesn't get top 4 football.
Hold on. We finished second last year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So you'd like that's why clubs like United right now are content with top 4 because financially it's amazing, and it's every year you can add more to what you've already got. United are progressing. You know what I mean?
Arsenal never did go forwards with when they were going top 4.
Yeah,
top 4.
yeah. Arsenal's one was a bit bantery.
Even when we were coming second in the league.
Yeah,
we still weren't going forwards.
Yeah, but Man United are. That's the thing. Right?
That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing: under Mourinho and Van Gaal, like we said before, 2 of the most decorated managers in football. What did we do? What do we do with them two? Okay, we finished second once with Mourinho, and he literally said it's one of his greatest achievements in football. Since under Ollie, we finished 4th, second. We're second in the league now. There's definite improvement, but like you said, it's a transition. Let's not forget, right? We've still got fucking Phil Jones on the books. We've only just got some players off the books that should have been gone 3, 4, 5 years ago. So it's still it's a rebuild, and it's not like, unfortunately, because we were saying this the other day, Ed, that unfortunately we're not City. We can't spend 60 million on a centre back every single year until they get the right one. Like we can't afford to do that.
Well,
so we have to bring in 2 or 3 players a year, bed them in, and then heaven forbid they might not even work out Dallo. So then you might lose them the next year.
Oh,
so then you
gutted that Dallo's
John
not
Joe!
about it.
Was that John Joe?
Was it?
I swear that was John Joe.
That wasn't John.
But yeah,
Joe.
we are in a rebuild.
No,
We're not
I
settling
think
for
that might have
4
been Hayden. Was that Hayden?
We're not settling for 4 for all. I mean, Champions League, like Ed said, Champions League football at the minute it's a must because you can't sign players that if you're not in the Champions League.
Yeah, the way I'd say it is Man United's goals this year would have been, as a lot of teams would be, is close the gap on City and Liverpool. And that's not just in terms of position, that's in terms of squad depth, that's in terms of firepower. And by securing Champions League football, you can do that. Like that's why if Liverpool somehow managed to get in the Champions League, I'd be very happy with that because I know that we've got a lot of players.
Yeah.
I know we've got a lot of players coming back. It's like I said this to Cotton.
We've also got a lot of players that are having like looking over their shoulder, thinking not looking over their shoulder, thinking that we've got some decent talent coming in, looking over those and thinking, if Liverpool don't really do that well, I might chip on. There's a lot of media chat about Mane and Salah potentially moving on because of other clubs, big clubs that are wanting their services. Gini Wijnaldum, he's not signing a new contract. And there's other players that are in there. There's a lot of players, don't get me wrong, a lot of players like Robertson and Trent that are going to hang around. But
I want to make a side point about Gini Wijnaldum. I'll tell you what, like for someone who's let his for the contract to go down, and this isn't a criticism at all, I think the way he's composed himself and the way he's been with the fans and the way he's been with the media has been absolutely perfect. People should actually take a note.
That's what players should do. Aaron Ramsey did that. Aaron Ramsey did the same thing.
Yeah,
he honoured his club. He honoured what his duties were and acted in a professional manner. I still don't like the fact that he was that he's been standing captain though.
Wow,
you're on your way out. I don't like that. There's just something with me that just doesn't quite sit right. Please, still play in the team, still put your effort in, and still crack on and graft, but. Get the captain's armband. Unless you're signing the contract, why do you deserve to be captain of my club when you are not willing to stay?
Yeah.
Don't go.
What point did it stop becoming a rebuild and the title is a must? When we win the league. I mean, we tried to go for the title this season. I mean, we're the only ones. Well, not the only ones, but we tried. But personal errors in games. Oh my God, Maguire was in at the back post. Oh my God. We've had games where Sheffield United game, the West Brom game. We can't win the title when players have that mentality, like they don't have the winning mentality yet.
Both Arsenal games.
and we will get there at some point. But look at the Liverpool thing. Liverpool are they were the best team in Europe for the last 2 years running, right? That didn't happen overnight. They spent 10, 15 years changing managers, changing players, bringing players in that didn't work, bringing them in players that did.
And it took a 5-year project. And it took a 5-year project to get there.
Exactly.
And he was on at the time. He was on at the time. The thing is, you were still going forwards at that point. And for me, I still think Man United are going forwards. And
we are, of course we are.
Because people were trying to dig Man United out quite a bit last season. It's like, you got to 3 semi-finals, didn't do anything with it. You got to 3 semi-finals. If you asked at the beginning of the season, you're going to come third. You're going to come third in the league and get 3 semi-finals. Do you take that now? If you were asked that in August, if I was an Arsenal, well, I'm an Arsenal fan, but if someone asked me that and said you're going to get to 3 cup semi-finals and be third in the league, consider how everything's been going, bite your hand off right now.
Yeah,
exactly. No, they wouldn't go 3 or 4. You're saying 3 or 4. They expect another evolution next year. Probably one. Man United
are going to win the FA Cup this year, and I think they'll win the Europa League as well.
Yeah, but let's 1 or 2. Go on, Con.
No. So I was just going to say
that's 2 trophies then.
But he could go through. Sorry, I didn't realize that was already up. He could go 3 or 4 more years without winning anything, and would accept it. But, I mean, what else do you suggest? The problem is, I've said this so many times in the show. Yeah, Ollie is still dealing with and still trying to get rid of players that fucking David Moyes brought in. That David Moyes brought in that Van Gaal didn't want, and then Van Gaal brought his players in. 2 months into the job, realised he couldn't play a back 5 because they're too shit. Like so we had 7 left backs, 10 centre backs. So then Mourinho came in. Now Mourinho's dealing with Moyes' outcasts, Van Gaal's outcasts, and players that were at the club before any of them. And then Ollie's come in. And he's got all of that. Like there is still so many. Like even this starting 11, there is players that Ollie picks week in, week out. But if it was up to him, that would Matic wouldn't be his first. That's a penalty. Yes,
that's a pen all day.
Matic wouldn't be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's. His dream ball winning midfielder. But that's what we've got at the club for now, and that's what we have to deal with. When we get there, we will get there. Also, saying not winning anything. Yeah, that's fair enough. But at least under Ollie, there is. Oh, I don't know about that. At least under Ollie, there is clear progression. It's clear what we're trying to do with the youngsters. It's clear what type of football we're playing. Under Mourinho I don't know about that. Under Mourinho and Van Gaal, it was so Look at Spurs at the minute under Mourinho. It's aimless. It's aimless. So I'd take this sort of football with Ollie. At least we're trying to get somewhere. I mean, unfortunately, at the minute, look, like I just alluded to a minute ago, me and Ed had this conversation. City have literally, when I say literally a bottomless pit of money, they really do. They have all the money in the world. So City genuinely can. United, Liverpool, right? Bruno Fernandes, goal. Where's the goal? Diving? So United, Liverpool, Arsenal.
That looked like a FIFA 96 dive on the Mega Drive.
Massive brands, but Liverpool and United still can't just go out on the transfer market now and spend all the money we want to because of the global climate. But City, they can literally still spend 50 million on a wing back, give him 2 months and he doesn't work out, and then buy another one. And and that's what they've done. That's what they've done. Even with their centre backs, look how long it took to get a decent centre back pairing, and all it took was spending 400 million over 3 years. Do you know what I mean?
And it's funny, now one of those guys can't even get into the side because
exactly.
The old one that they bought 50 million 4 years ago is now doing the job. Is doing bits. I mean, the partnership between Stones and Diaz. We're talking about Aymeric Laporte, who arguably is the second best defender in the league, and we've been saying it for years and years and years. Yeah. All he needs to do is stay fit. And he, like, imagine a partnership with Aymeric Laporte and Van Dijk. That would be like the most ridiculous of all time.
Everyone used to say
Aymeric Laporte, exactly. Laporte can't even get in because John Stones has been doing.
Liverpool should sign him. That's what I say.
People are too inconsistent.
Like 30 would go to Arsenal.
Yeah. Mate, they will literally say, people are saying that Liverpool team last year was the best team in the Premier League. City are the best team in 20 years or whatever.
I say every year.
Okay. Okay.
Right,
so we're finishing behind either one of those teams, or we finish third and we finish behind both teams. So how shit are we really? If you're literally saying that these are the two of the best teams in the last 100 years,
doesn't mean you shit. It just means there are two teams that are better than you.
Yeah,
and it's the thing, like when Leicester won the title, they weren't the best team in the league. So, like, does that mean if Man United win the league, is it going to be like a Leicester shock, or is that they should be doing it to Man United?
I think you two agree. I know what Carter's saying though, but it's like go.
What I'm saying is, people literally go, United are shit, Solskjaer's a joke. But then the only two teams that are better than us in the league are the two teams that people are saying it's the best football you've ever seen. So we can't be that bad if we're still up for that sort of thing.
Go on, Fred.
Is that a corner? Can John Joe Shelby get booked?
No, is it? No, that was his right foot. That wasn't going anywhere near goal.
I'll be back.
Legs.
I'll be back in 1 minute, boys.
No, that was a goal kick, wasn't it? I have to put 7 in.
Is that not a throw-in? Oh my god.
7, back to 7. Oh, I just need one more corner. Just need one more corner.
Fucking John Joe Shelby, man, it's messing me up. He's screwing it for everybody. Absolutely everybody.
Looking geezer.
He absolutely loves it. But no, good question there, Han. And yeah, Dion's saying it straight up as it is. Too inconsistent, drawing too many games that you should win, and that's what happens. But that's the home form. This season, it's your home form that's let you down, which is so weird. Your away form has just been an absolute joke, and it's not even like you're playing counter-attacking football. You're just playing football.
Do you remember at the start of the show? Do you remember what my score prediction was?
You said 3-1, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Or did you say 2-1?
I said 3-1.
You said 3-1.
I've had a note now. I shouldn't put it on.
I can't remember what I said. I said 3-1. I said 3-1, I think. Who remembers the beginning of the show? Anyone who remembers the beginning of the show, can you let us know what we said?
I know I said 3-1 because I said I couldn't trust them. Yeah.
Yeah, watch it
United.
That one, yeah.
But no, in some games that is. But like Gav, like we've said,
I'll say that a lot. I say that a lot, don't I? I'm not inspired when I watch Man United.
And playing West Brom and everyone's sitting in an 11-man deep block. Liverpool, look how Liverpool have struggled against teams that do that. There's not much you can do. You can't. It's not FIFA. You can't just go rainbow flick the ball over someone's fucking head, do some skills and walk it in. If there's 11 men there, like Newcastle at the start of this game, all they were interested in doing was just bedding in, and it took us until we got a goal for the game to actually burst into anything, because while teams are defending, there's only one team playing football. We do definitely lack quality sometimes to break teams down, and that is something we need to. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, yeah, so yeah, I've said it. I don't know if I've said it on shows or it's just me and you in chat in general. But like, yeah, I don't ever feel inspired watching United. I think I could think of one performance, 90-minute performance so far this season when you have, and that was the Leeds game. And I actually forgot about that. You reminded me of it.
We did pump Southampton 9-0 as well. Let's not forget that.
Oh, yeah, no. At the time of the conversation, that game hadn't happened.
Oh, yeah. But like I've said to you, I genuinely, there have been a few good games in the league this season, but with no crowd, everyone's knackered because they're playing a game every 37 minutes. All of the games this season have seemed oddly boring and oddly subdued. And I mean, even the Arsenal City game earlier, I was expecting a ding-dong affair. City went 1-0 up after 2 minutes. And then City came out in the second half like I couldn't give a shit. They just literally they just took the foot right off the gas, and that was it. Whereas 2 or 3 years ago, that City team would have gone for the throat. They'd have been
well. To be honest, look. Let's be real about that. Sterling should have had a hat trick inside 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Sterling scored the opener after 2 minutes and had already missed a golden clear-cut opportunity.
Do you regret getting rid of Lingard? Not at all. One, he's only on loan, and two, going back to the thing about ambition and wanting to push on and don't want to just finish fourth every year. This is exactly what I'm talking about. 2 or 3 years ago, Jesse Lingard was first name on the team sheet, or he was an important player. But we're better than that.
And I'm not being funny. The England team sort of built themselves around him, and he was brilliant in an England shirt.
But we should still be aiming for better than that. He's a good player, but he's not Bruno Fernandes. So then Bruno Fernandes came in, and sorry, Lingard, like it's shit, but this is the level of footballer we want now. We don't want he's half decent. He's from the academy. We want elite. Fodder. And like, he's doing well at West Ham.
He's found his level. He's found his level, and like
he's playing football.
And this isn't just that, like, because like you could always turn around and be like, well, West Ham are fourth in the moment. No, that's not that. But that's not West Ham's level. West Ham are punching way above their rank at the moment. We all know this. You could also, Dan James, what's he going to do here?
Corner. There we go. My corners are in.
Lovely. Yeah, West Ham are punching way above their station at the moment. Way above it. So, but like in terms of the stature of the club and where they're at, Jesse Lingard is at the right club.
Yeah, and also the only reason he's scoring and whatever is because he's getting game time, and he's getting game time because he's at a club that needed someone in that position where he wasn't going to break in through past Bruno, was he? So
look at Minamino.
It's good. It's a good move.
Look at Minamino. Prime example.
Oh my God, what's going on here? Fucking 10 corners.
I tell you what. I hope Minamino carries on doing well at Southampton because. I think he could grow into a good player. No, maybe not for us, but even for someone else.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same with the Lingard thing. I mean, what's the worst thing that happens? If Lingard literally plays out of his skin, goes to the Euros, and suddenly finds that he's the best footballer in the world, he comes back off loan. Like, everyone's a winner. Like, as my bet come in. Thank you very much, guys.
Happy days. I'm not going to get this Shelby one, am I? Sad state of affairs.
Oh, Maguire! Oh!
Did you have it on target or to score?
14-1.
To score.
Yeah, to score a header.
Carl Darlow is like, right, text Carl Darlow, tweet Carl Darlow. Oh, gracias.
I don't know if that's going in, but oh my God.
Yeah, tweet Carl Darlow anyway and say, you owe me 150 quid, mate.
It was dipping in. I'll tweet Maguire and be like, oi.
Yeah, it's not Maguire's fault though. He's done everything right there.
Oi, listen, you look like the guy you look like the head from Art Attack.
He actually does, doesn't he?
He does. Maguire, header! Oh!
You nearly cried. He nearly cried.
Come on!
Maguire.
He's got to get that on target.
Yeah, that
He
one
has
has to be
got
on
to get that on
target. Yeah,
target.
you can now tweet Maguire. You can now tweet
it's
Maguire and be like,
nice.
"Oi, what, go on, bruv."
Harry.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, man.
What minute
Right.
are you
What
on?
was yours?
83, 12,
83.
13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
Yes, Harry, cool. Carry on.
I'll join you guys again in a couple of seconds.
Hey,
Cool.
what was your score prediction?
For Man United versus Newcastle,
Yeah.
I probably thought about 2-0.
Oh.
My mind said that you'd win, but my heart thought you might have slipped up. But
my body.
is telling me.
Yeah, I went 3-1, so I'm looking rosy. Well, I'm annoyed now because if it does stay 3-1, I'll be just annoyed that I didn't stick the result on. But
Well, what I'm annoyed about is the fact that John Joe Shelby seems to think that he's not a hothead.
isn't it? Come on, Voldemort, get on with it.
He's forgotten.
Oh shit! I didn't realise the time. Oh, PSG are losing to Monaco. Oh my god!
Are they?
Watch it. Yeah. BT Sport 2. Right, as soon as this game's finished. Yeah, they're losing. What's the odds on PSG to turn that around?
Oh, Fergie looks old. Jesus.
He fucking died, mate. Leave him alone.
Did he?
Yeah, he had like a massive stroke and like a brain aneurysm.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, there's a documentary coming out that his son's directing, and the reason he's got his son in to help direct and stuff is because he's got like real bad memory loss with stuff because of the stroke and shit.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, like it was proper touch and go.
That's actually really sad.
Lingard is performing because he's assisting with instructions with more. It's not that shit show Ollie is doing. No, I don't think that. Don't get me wrong. There's a few times when I look at stuff and I think, what is Ollie? What's he coaching and why? Like, but then a lot of the time it is player.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know, beautiful. Like there's no way that Ollie says to Martial, go out there, walk around, sulk a bit, put hardly any effort in. Like the players have a lot to answer for as well.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Lingard isn't Manchester United level.
No, that's exactly when you went. That's exactly because me and you had this conversation the other week that the talking about trying to push forward and not sitting and resting for top four is however many years ago Lingard would have been a sufficient level of player to be in that position. But now we want to go further. We want Bruno Fernandes in there. We want other players like we even said with Martial. We could probably have someone of even a higher quality than Martial in that position. And you always have to strive to have the best team you can. And if that means replacing players, then replace them. Like you can't just be. There's no room for like sentimentality and stuff. Like if players need to go, they need to go. If they need to be replaced, they need to be replaced. Like I love Jesse and whatnot, but tough shit, pretty much. Now, can John Joe Shelby just get booked, please? Can Harry Maguire score a header and then, as Maguire's getting the ball out the net, can John Joe Shelby just shove him and get booked for it? What? He can't what?
I can't believe he hasn't got booked.
Me either. It's mental.
My cash out's £1.
Greenwood. Bruno. Danny James has had another great game. That ball's not so great, to be fair. Oh, fill the box, get some corners, man. I need this header so bad. Absolute limbs, man. Come on, Maguire, what you got for me?
Maguire ain't got nothing in his locker.
Oh, what? How is he giving that as a Newcastle foul?
Okay, so you're a bit hurt.
Hey! Here he comes. Oh, no Diallo, though. Come on.
Here comes the 10-year-old. He's coming on with that 100-year-old.
He's still taller than Juan Mata. That's jokes.
And here comes the debut, Juan Mata.
Shortier.
Tell me about this youngster. One matter.
He's an up and coming in the mold of Jesse Lingard. He's up and coming. One Matter is one of those players. One Matter is one of those players. When he retires, and in 5 years' time, when we look back on like Premier League years or whatever, One Matter will be remembered as an absolute great player. Like he wasn't he Chelsea's like Player of the Year 3 years running before we signed him? Something really stupid like that. It's a shame that he's old now. He can still go do a job in Italy or something, but I think it's past him a little bit.
I had the tune stuck in my head.
United do not have one pattern of play. Well, we do. We just play counter-attacking fast. Well, we try and play fast-paced football, but everyone slows it down. Is Dan James better than Lingard? I don't think. Well, Dan James is a pacey winger, and Lingard was more like in behind the striker sort of thing.
Very, very different players.
Yeah,
it's like me comparing Glenn Johnson against Martin Skirtle. It's completely different.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't like Lingard out wide. Like I said earlier, James isn't necessarily technically gifted, but he'll give you energy. He will track back. He will press. He is so fast that when he gets in behind the player, okay, his passing and his finishing isn't always up to scratch, but at least you've got the chance and you've got the opportunity. I mean, James is in pretty good form at the minute.
What opportunity?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think it's comparable, to be honest. He will go and join Silva and Monreal at Sociedad next season. Yeah, but I could see something like that, or into Miami. Might go see Bex.
Who's that? Sorry,
One Matter.
One Matter.
One Matter. Oh, by the way, PSG are losing to Monaco at halftime.
Banter.
I know.
It was just.
It was just banter.
That is aged like fine wine. I love it.
Yeah. Both of them, but they both just say like the wildest shit for clout.
Yeah. Have you noticed that when pundits absolutely make a tit of themselves, then they play on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate that.
I liked Andy Gray. I liked Andy Gray's analysis. I could take or leave Keys, but
no, I like Andy Gray. He used to get me hyped as a commentator.
Yeah.
And then as mate, did he get me hyped as a commentator?
Oh my god, so good. Oh, not as bad as I can't remember if I said this earlier, but I definitely said it to you guys. Martin Tyler and his insistence on trying to everything that he says is a soundbite that will be remembered forever. The thing he said about Sterling earlier, I nearly turned the TV off. What did
he say? What did he say?
Ed, right?
No.
Sterling scored a header, right? And Martin Tyler goes, oh, well, Raheem Sterling back in London where he grew up, and he really grew up to get on the end of that header. And it was just like, what the fuck? So David Brent.
Ed, it was shocking, mate.
That made my skin crawl.
Mate, it hung like a fart in a room. It was just like silence. And then, was it Smith Rowe that came on, and Martin Tyler, in the space of 3 minutes 40 seconds, said the Romford De Bruyne, or the Peckham De Bruyne, or where's he from? Was it Romford, Gav? No, where's he from?
Where is it? No, he's from Croydon. The Croydon De Bruyne.
The Croydon De Bruyne, and he said it 5 times in 3 minutes. It's like, we get it. You're trying to get it over. It was so bad.
Who's Chris? Banter.
All right.
Oh, man, I fucking love this guy.
Bro, I went on Instagram. This guy's kicking the shit out of punch bags. I didn't realise you were like a trained warrior. I was like, whoa.
John Joe Shelby, kick the ball away and get booked, please.
Need it. We all went balls deep on 10-3 after 2 awful tackles that were worth yellow cards, and he ended up in the seats, Chris. It's fucking bad.
Yeah. I'll put a tenner on it.
I had a £10 free bet on Maguire to score a header at 14-1, and obviously he's had 2 cleared off the line. I'm honestly just raging, absolutely raging. But we take the
He's just
3
lucky.
points and we.
He's just lucky Sam Johnston's not in there. What a save. I still can't get over that save. That's the best save Sam Johnston will ever make in his life.
Onto the post.
What a keeper. No, the Man United product as well, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. I feel sorry.
I am. The white shirt is on purpose, by the way, because I come in peace, Ed. I come in peace. There will be there will be no sly words about Liverpool, no digs, no jabs.
Well, no, from you. We've got them. We've got them. We'll do it for you, Chris.
Love it.
Oh, you shut the fuck up. You lost as well.
Man City. I think it's a bit different losing to Man City.
Oh, to Man City. They were washed last week. Now they're world. Oh, I'm joking, Gav. You know.
Ed and Cotton, do you need to run off for a wee?
You want Chris all to yourself, didn't you?
I do, yeah.
That's why.
I'm gonna go make a brew as well.
You go make a brew now. Do it right now.
Oh, the game's ended.
That's what I'm saying. Piss off.
We're done.
Go away.
Right, let me leave my
3-1, thank Christ.
Right, Mauro, the mic's
3-1. 3-1. Bloody hell. Well, whilst the boys are going for a quick wee break, excuse me. Ed, are you going for a wee? Do you need a wee or a brew?
Yeah, we have a wee break.
Oh, you go for a wee and a brew. So, Chris, what are you wearing?
On the bottom half or the top half, mate.
Hey! Now, we're going to be doing the Premier League review in a couple of moments. This is Chris from 4M1T, so make sure you find him on all social media platforms at We Are 4M1T. You can see it going on the bottom of your screen right now. We're going to do the Premier League review in a couple of moments, but I just want to talk about your alternative commentary first of all. If you haven't seen it already, please go to Twitter and find We Are 4M1T and have a look at the alternative comms that Chris does. The first one I saw was 3 weeks ago. When
Is it the Everton Spurs one?
Everton Spurs, I think it was, and you had like 10,000 views on it inside about 2 hours or some shit like that. It's ridiculous.
That went. Do you know who the key is for the Everton ones? And we need to give them a massive shout out. Finkic. He is just 100% Everton ride or die, that guy, and he is unreal. If you're not following him on Twitter, follow him now. Even if you're not an Evertonian, he is just entertainment 24/7. Unreal he is. He was the one responsible for that Avatarify, the app that's coming out at the moment where you can make all the people sing.
Yes,
He's the one responsible for the Keno video, the one that made it to VC Sport. He's dead funny. Never met him in my life. Gonna kiss his ass at Finkic.
Mate, I've never actually physically met you either. You know, I know you for about a couple of weeks, but who gives a shit? Friend of mine. I know. I've known you for years. It's lovely.
I know.
So who the fuck is this guy? This is Chris from 4M1T. There he is. So it's a podcast which is available on Spotify, Apple Music, etc., etc. Also available on YouTube. It's 5 lads. 4 of them are Man United fans. 1 is an Evertonian. Poor bastard. But they're having a good time at the moment. That's all that matters. What's that frame behind you? That is my mural from the Kansas City Chiefs from when we won the Super Bowl in 2020. We don't talk about this year. There you go. No, and also you can buy some apparel if you want to. Top apparel, however you want to pronounce it. And this is a hoodie that I'm currently rocking at the moment, with the Two Up Top logo on it. That is available. Will be available on our website, which is going to be made very, very soon. But if not, you could just send us a direct message. You'll be able to send some bits and bobs out. Teas are available and mugs as well. This mug is actually from somewhere else, but it's a club mug, Two Up Top. Arsenal
I like
mug.
that. I like that. Classic Arsenal colours, those.
Yeah, I've got a Fiorentina one as well, just because I thought it was cool. I liked Fiorentina as a kid. I mean, like, what British kid that likes Italian football did not have some form of soft spot for Fiorentina, even if that wasn't your club?
Yeah, you know what? I was always quite soft for Fiorentina. I think you're onto something there. I think that I don't know. Yeah, has to be. I mean, when he destroyed us. in the
You
Champions
could
League.
be destroyed us in the Champions League as well when we played at Wembley, when our home games were at Wembley. Hated that. And I remember we got knocked out of the Champions League in 99-2000 and went into the UEFA Cup as it was called, the UEFA Cup still at the time. And we made it all the way to the final, but we played our games back at Highbury and it just meant so much more. So much more. Where's which wearing nothing as well, just got out of the bath banter. Allow me to summarise it in short. Newcastle are the tin pot, and they'll be playing teams like Luton next season. I don't think it'll be next season. I think it will be the season after.
I don't know what's happening at Newcastle. I really don't. But I mean, do you think they've got it in them to avoid getting fully drawn into that battle at the bottom and not overtaken by Fulham?
Well, that's the thing. Like Fulham are knocking around down the bottom there. So what I was just thinking of doing, we'll just run through a couple of these comments before we go into the review, because people are commenting and being nice, so we can rattle through the review. And if we've got some time at the end, we'll go through some more comments. So please feel free to leave some comments still, and we will try and respond to them as quickly as possible. First thing that comes to my that came across my time, I was 99 Champions League final, I think.
Alternative commentary.
Alternative comms. Right. Who's your pick for the Euros? Give me 2 picks, like England, Portugal,
France.
Even if I could pick England, I'm not going to give you England. It's not going to be yours, is it?
England,
got to be maybe Belgium.
England.
Belgium, dark horse, Holland.
Belgium are dark horses every year until they have the exact same problem as Holland, and they're all 11 individuals and not a team. They always fall apart.
I've always had a thing for Holland from the Champions League 1995 when Ajax won it, and of their starting 11, 9 of them were Dutch internationals. So I've had a bit of love.
I remember that very well, Gav. I remember that very well.
I know you do. Yeah, and I was 7, nearly 8, Ed, before you chime in.
I didn't say anything.
You don't need to say anything. Newcastle are too good to go down. No team's too good to go down.
Yes,
the Newcastle team back in the day was too good to go down. The one that had like the likes of Michael Owen, that was the one that was too good to go down.
Exactly, and that pen 8. Could you see Sam Maximum and Kenilworth Road on a Tuesday? No, I couldn't, because he will be playing for a top 6 club, or not necessarily England, but somewhere in one of the major top 5 leagues. He will be playing for a top 4 club in one of those next season. I can see it. I can feel it. Unless it's got a Kocher on the back or Ronaldinho, I don't want to know. And that's about your Puskas shirt. Of course, it's got Cardi on the back. Come on, Darren. You know better than that. But now it is time for the Premier League review show. Hello and welcome to the Premier League review show with myself, Gav Mack, Stephen Cotton, Ed Hall, and Chris Collins from We Are 4 Manx 1 Toffee. I'll come to you first, Chris. How are you, my friend?
Not too bad, lads. Thank you very much for having me on. I'd say it's a pleasure as always, but it's only actually the second time we've been on. So it feels like I've been on like 10,000 times.
It's always.
Love yous, boys. We'll never turn down an invitation, not when I'm free anyway.
That's love. That's mad love there. Make sure you check out his stuff. And you see his Twitter handle going along the bottom. And I think if you put that into, if you actually put We Are 4 in 1 team to Google, your name comes up first.
Oh, do you know what?
I think it does. But I know for sure, if you put to the top of Google, our name does come up first. That is a guarantee. That's a guarantee.
Legally.
Ed, how you feeling?
I've been better. Let's be honest. Okay. Go on.
I'll talk about you in a minute. Cotton, you're all right though, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Fine after that one.
It comes up first, lads. It comes up first.
Man,
Yeah,
that's what it's all about, man.
So
I'm gassed.
in case it's like match of the day and people don't know the results and stuff this weekend, I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler, but also a little teaser. There's an odd thing out between all the clubs we support, and you'll find that out in a minute.
Okay. Right. As I like to say, and before every show, not that we have to remind people, but we have to remind people that there is no room for racism. We're seeing it going around on social all the time. Stop doing it. Educate yourselves. No room for racism. Not in this world whatsoever. Let's talk about the game that we've just seen, and we just did a live watch along for this game as well, if you weren't with us before, and that is Manchester United 3, Newcastle 1. We'll go to our guest first of all. Big result for this for Man United, Chris.
Do you know what? When Newcastle got the goal back, because of our form recently, I did wonder. I thought, is this going to be one of these games that just turns into an absolutely massive banana skin? But it's just default United over the past few seasons, isn't it? We play against a team who don't have the same amount of quality that we've got. They camp 11 men behind the ball, and we just struggle to break them down. We just don't seem to have any ideas whatsoever. The only time we ever seem to have an identity throughout the full 90 minutes is when we're playing a team who wants to go toe-to-toe with us. Sounds arrogant, that, because we've not been the greatest this season, United, despite being pretty much nailed on second in the league. But just struggling again. Bruno wasn't amazing, even though he got himself on the score sheet again and got another assist. That sounds absolutely crazy to say for how well he's been padding the stats for the past year and a half. Rashford again, just until his goal, and even after his goal, just doesn't seem to like shooting for some reason. Just seems to be a bit disjointed. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm pleased. It could have been a banana skin, but I'm pleased we got over the hurdle.
Well, the thing that Cotton always says is that when Ronaldo, bloody hell, old school Gav, when Fernandes is having a bad game, he still pops up with the goal and assist, and that's where it was, Cotton.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm with Chris. I said to you while we were doing the watch along that because someone asked about Man United don't play exciting football, and it's like we just said, how many teams this season have we come across that have done a deep block of 11? Like we need to get to the point where we have a game plan to break that down. We did today, but I'm with Chris. As soon as they scored, I was like, oh god, here we go again. But there was some. Do you know what? Another Dan James had another really good game today, and
He did.
It's crazy. Well, it's not crazy, but like we said during the watch along, he isn't the most technically gifted player you'll ever see come through United, but he's got pace. He'll work for you. He's a willing runner. He's good. He's a good presser. And like what I said at the start of the game, it was nice to see him on the team sheet because I thought that he'd done enough midweek to earn another start, and he did really well. It was really important we got the win today because we have a really bad habit of if any of the teams around us drop points, then so do we. But obviously Liverpool dropped points. Chelsea dropped points, Tottenham dropped points. We needed this win today, and we got it.
Ed, Newcastle need to look over their shoulder now, don't they?
Newcastle don't need to look over their shoulder in terms of help. We might get relegated. That isn't going to happen. Newcastle United do need to start worrying, though, in the sense of next year we are relegation favourites. They have to be. Absolutely have to be. I'd be very interested to know what you lot think about that.
So I think they do need to look over their shoulder because Fulham are closing the gap. And if we only look, 3 weeks ago, there was a 10-point difference between Fulham and Newcastle. And now there are 3 points, I believe. So this is danger territory for Newcastle. Newcastle don't have any identity. If we're talking about Man United, and it's like they don't really know what to do in certain in pressure moments or in situations where they need to sort of like turn the screw. Newcastle don't even have a screwdriver to try and turn a screw with, so they're pretty screwed at the moment.
Do you know what? I actually didn't know it was only 3 points. Yeah, in Fulham's current form and Newcastle's current form, they should be really worried. They should be really, really worried, man.
Dodgy territory. Dodgy territory. Let's talk about Fulham actually, because as I said, like they are the team that are closest to getting out of the relegation zone. And Fulham played some nice football. They won 1-0. Ademola Lookman, he scored just after the hour mark. There's a bit of controversy in this game as well. Cotton, what comes to you about the contro?
Was it the handball?
I just don't. I don't even know anymore. I genuinely, and that's not me dodging the question. I genuinely don't know what's. We say it every week. I don't know what's a handball anymore. I don't know what isn't a handball anymore. I don't know what's natural. I don't know what's unnatural. I don't know where players are supposed to go. I just don't get it anymore. And the thing is, this is what we'll be talking about again. We're talking about decisions and whether it's right or wrong, rather than any football really.
And to answer your question,
What the was that?
I'm going to ask that quite a few times. I can feel it.
It does.
I love that.
Sheffield United, we know they're doomed and done. But yeah, Fulham are. It's annoying because Fulham play a really nice, attractive brand of football, and now they've got Josh Madger there as well.
Snake boy.
Snake boy. I love Josh Madger, and the only reason why I knew of Josh Madger, to be honest, was because of Sunderland Till I Die. Yeah, there you go, Stu. Fulham versus Newcastle last day of the season. If that's not a 6-pointer slash, that's like 100 million game, isn't it? So
that is a massive game. Massive game.
Chris, have Fulham got the minerals to stay up?
I think so. I think the first few games of the season, it looked like it was going to be tough because they've not sorted out anything defensively. Defensively, they're still shaky. I mean, that game between them and Burnley was just a horrific game. Anyway, I don't ever want to talk about it or see that game ever again in my life. But the defending,
I just want to watch your alternative commentary from it again. To be honest, that's what I want to see because that was brilliant.
Listen, I'll repeat a line from that. If that game was going on in my back garden, I'm closing the curtains. I don't want to know. I just don't want to know. But they're better going forward because of the players that they've got in. I mean, Lookman, again, didn't have the greatest start for them because of penalty gate, but he's settled in quite well now. Loftus-Cheek has looked like a really, really good sort of not signing because obviously he's got to go back to Chelsea at some point, you'd imagine, and I don't think they'd have the money to get him anyway. But they seem to have clicked a bit going forward now. They're gelling quite nicely. I think they've got enough about them to outgun the teams like the Sheffield Uniteds of the world and the Burnleys of the world, and I think they will pit Newcastle. I am very worried about Newcastle. Very worried.
Ed, Sheffield United, we know they're going down. I don't think, there is. Well, mathematically, it is possible that they could stay up, but they are they're going down. Let's be real. Chris Wilder.
Yeah.
Should they keep hold of him?
Yes, of course they should keep hold of Chris Wilder. Sheffield United are going to look after him. He's going to bring him straight back. Why are you ordering this?
No,
I feel left out. I feel left out.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, is there a game on? I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, it's 2-0 Monaco. That's why I was going. But I was trying to do it quietly, as not to interrupt, but it had the complete opposite effect. Carry on.
Chris Wilder, is he going down? Is he going to stay there? Oh, he's gone. In the meantime, then, Cotton, I'm going to ask you, from a player's perspective, who from Sheffield United could honestly say that they are good enough to stay in the Premier League, player-wise, for next season?
John Fleck, maybe. That's it. That's all. I've got.
That's it.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think any of their players. Maybe Ollie Burke. No. Maybe Ollie Norwood. I don't know. They haven't got Premier League players. They didn't have that last year, but definitely not McGoldrick. Definitely not McGoldrick.
Do you know? I think McGoldrick could be brilliant for like a Burnley or something like that because he's essentially just a Scottish Barnes. Exactly the same player for me.
But like Sheffield United, like we've said so many times, their recruitment, they spent nearly 50 million, and what did they get to show for it? Ramsdale, Ryan Brewster.
Like that is not Premier League quality. The signings were like ridiculous. I just not that they've made their own bed or whatever, but if that's your investment to want to stay in the Premier League, then you've kind of had it coming towards you. If not, for all we know, they might have known that they were going to struggle this year, so they have invested for players, Brewster, for the future, maybe a season in the Championship. But considering they finished like top, what did they finish last year? Top 8
in the end, was it?
Okay,
Ninth.
so because they would, I don't think that with that finish last season, I don't think they would have thought they were going to have a bad season as they have this year. So I don't know if that is the case that they're forward planning, but they're in some deep trouble.
West Brom, they're definitely in trouble. They drew 0-0 with Burnley yesterday. This was an acca buster for me. I assumed that Burnley were going to win this game yesterday, and they didn't. I didn't enjoy the game, if I'm honest, but there was a massive talking point, and it makes me personally ask the question:
what the was that?
I don't like seeing denied obvious goal scoring opportunities being given on the halfway line. And if we were going back to the Arsenal game only a couple of weeks ago, where Arsenal versus Arsenal Villa, with the tackle that was, 40 yards from goal, which, Saka had a decent opportunity to run into. I don't think it was a red card, but Arsenal fans were kicking off going, oh, it should have been a red, It wasn't a red card for me. But that was more of a goal scoring opportunity than what happened with the handball here. So if you don't know what happened, West Brom have got a free kick on the edge of the Burnley box. Right. It ends up getting cleared. A ball gets pinged over by Burnley towards Mateo Vidra, and Semi Ajayi puts his arm out. He handballs it. He's on the halfway line. There's a little bit of cover, enough cover, and not necessarily the cover situation. It's more of where Semi Ajayi is standing, and he has got enough time to turn and chase down Mateusz Vidra. The referee has gone over to the monitor, he's come back and said, you know what, that's a red card. That's denying an obvious goal scored opportunity. Personally, I don't buy it. I don't know about you.
You've just hit the nail on the head with one word that you just said, the referee. Who was the referee, lads?
Oh, yeah. Next game.
Mike Dean, was it? Mike Dean, weren't it?
It was Michael Ledeen, yes. And Michael Dean doesn't know what a yellow card is. He just has reds. Red for you, red for you, red for everyone. So if it was erring on the side of one way or the other, and this has been my complaint with VAR, I don't think the people in Stockley are helping the situation at all. I just don't think that the standard of refereeing is good enough. I really don't. Not when you watch it. We've got the European footy back on now, the Champions League and the Europa League, and you're seeing it in those games. The standard of refereeing and the officiating is miles clear, clear, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if you don't actually realise how much different it is until you're watching. If you're watching, like, for instance, like we heavily invest in the Bundesliga, like between Two at Top and the Football Dugout channel. Make sure you check those guys out as well. We share 50-50 responsibility for coverage of the Bundesliga reviews and things that we do for that. And when you're watching Bundesliga football, just seeing what referees do and how they act, how they react is far superior to what we see here. And I know Cotton is, he spends a lot of time on Serie A football, and it's very rare that I will get a message from Cotton and he says, referee's had a stinker here, or he's had a mare, or this, that, and the other. I don't hear it from you. Do you know what I mean? So it's got to be something that's happening here.
Yeah, it's slightly better out there, but look, we've been banging this drum for months, man. It's not even little things anymore. I'm just so sick of the inconsistencies as well. Like, I've said this before, I don't want it to be clinical like NFL where it's yes or no. But like, one referee will give a certain challenge as a yellow card one week, but then because a different referee with a different attitude towards the game is reffing the next one, the same challenge is going unpunished. Or like you said, the Arsenal fans, like one week someone's getting sent off, the next week it's not, and it's upsetting people. And the inconsistency is just it's mind blowing. I mean, I've moaned for the last 2 or 3 weeks as well, and it's such a small thing, but it could change games and it could change seasons. Like you've got a game with 6 subs, 3 goals, players injured, players rolling around, and that they're adding like 2 minutes of added time on. Like, where's the rest of the game gone? Like the amount of times, like even the other day, we joked about it, but it actually happened. They added like 4 minutes added on. They didn't start playing until 91-40 while the ball was out for a goal kick or something.
Yeah.
And then they blew.
I blew a bang on 4 minutes.
Like players don't know whether they're coming or going. Everyone keeps saying VAR is making the game less interesting and it's killing the game. It's not the VAR, it's the people using it and the decisions that officials are making. It's just not good enough.
Let's go to a couple more of today's games, and we'll go to the Emirates, where London boy London raised Raheem Sterling.
Oh God, no!
He's raised in London, and he rose to.
No, it wasn't even. See, yours is better. What you were saying made sense. What Martin Tyler said was, Raheem Sterling. There, of course, he grew up in London, and he really grew up to get on the end of that header. It was just like, oh my God, no, Martin, please, just. I was done.
My God. Now, I wrote a tweet earlier on today. It wasn't even a tweet. It was a message that I sent via Twitter to the Football Eye on Twitter. Make sure you check those guys out as well. Honestly, it's plug central today, isn't it? He said to me, I really hope that Arsenal do something today. And I said, I beg we do. I could just see KDB and Aguero being fit. Aguero wasn't. But I could just see him terrorising us. And then Arteta being like, we played well. We pressed them. We were exceptional in the last 30 minutes. I thought Arsenal looked all right for about 20 minutes. But they looked all right because City were like, they ain't going to score. Don't worry about it, boys. Just chill out, mate. Just do you. And that's exactly what happened. Man City are just cruising. They're in cruise control.
This is incredible.
I don't even think they got out of, even when they scored early, I don't think they got out of second gear. And then after the second
they literally went first, second, third, fourth, fifth inside 30 seconds. They should have been 1-0 up inside 30 seconds. Raheem Sterling missed an absolute sitter and then made up for it less than a minute later. And should have scored his hat-trick on 4 minutes. And after that, it was just like...
But then City, not getting out of gear 2, then City in the second half just went back to gear 1. They were just so... It's weird to see because we're so used to them going for the throat and going for like just how many goals can you score. But they just didn't look that interested today. I don't know whether they've got an eye on the Champions League midweek. I don't know what it was, but they came out second half just looking like they couldn't care less.
I don't think they should worry about the Champions League too much because they've got Mönchengladbach, and we'll be talking about it on Wednesday's show anyway. But Mönchengladbach just got beat at home to Mainz.
Wow, really?
Mainz.
I'd be him.
I don't know. Like, I think as for, I'll bring my daughter down.
But I'm sorry, we only need one more.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
We'll be able to turn up against Mainz. I'll tell you that. So yeah, I don't think I have to worry too much about trying to get something out of that game. But Ed, where do Arsenal go from here?
Where do Arsenal go from here? I mean, let's be honest. I think this one was surely a write-off on paper. Let's be real. Arsenal have had a catastrophe at the start of the season. And mathematically, they can still get to the Champions League. They're not going to, but they could.
But mathematically...
see. But, look, just don't focus on Champions League qualification. Don't focus on one set goal. Focus on the evolution of your club. Focus on your team.
I felt a cliche coming then. I thought it was going to...
No cliches, man. It's just start a build. I'm so fed up of people just like starting something and going, sack him. He's gone. I'm done with it now. It's like, just build something, man. Arsenal need to start this new change. Stick with Arteta and do something different.
Chris.
I agree on the fact that he was a write-off, and I think it's going to be a write-off for 19 teams. Listen, we've got City soon, and I'm really not expecting much from the game, if I'm being entirely honest, because City have just they've seen everyone's levels this season, and everyone's had dips and everyone's lost points, and it's been a bit of a weird season. But City's just seen everyone's level and gone, all right, okay, that's what you're all capable of. See you later. It could get messy. It could. I mean, they're 10 points clear of us now, as it stands, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could see them beating us. I could see them running. I mean, we're definitely going to drop more points before the end of the season. We're far too inconsistent not to. They could win it by 20 plus. I just don't see what's going to stop him. I was speaking to one of my mates recently, who's a big City fan.
You got mates?
Yeah, I know. That was a shocking thing for me.
Let's get into it.
Outside of the podcast, it gets very sketchy. But I was speaking to one of my mates, he's a City fan, and I asked him about the quadruple. And he was a bit coy about it. He was like, Jose in finals, he's probably going to do something with Spurs and this, that, and the rest of it. And I went, it just seems like the same as it was for us in '99, where things were just falling into place. Like for us, we had the comeback against Liverpool in the Cup, the semi-final against Arsenal in the Cup with the saved penalty in the last minute and everything mad that went on that game. Coming back against Spurs on the last day of the season, getting battered by Bayern in the final without Scholes and Keane, and somehow managing to just pull something out of the fire in the last 3 minutes. City, it all seems to be falling into place like that, and I am worried that I think they could be the first team to do the quadruple. They are that good, and they've got that much strength in depth.
Cotton, do you reckon? Yeah.
They do at the minute.
We look at City and we always think like, maybe they could do something, maybe they won't. This, that, and the other. But Cotton, they've played 25 games in the Premier League. They've won 18 games and drawn 5. They've lost 2. But these were all at the beginning of the season. They're on a madness, like unbeaten run. 18 straight victories. Not even in all competitions. Not even 18 games undefeated. Wins. It's WWW all the way. Can you see them even dropping a point before a title is wrapped up?
Yeah, I can see them dropping a point or two here or there, but it won't be. It'll be a game they already know it's wrapped up, and it'll just be a stinky, low block game where everyone will just try to defend for their lives. It could even come against one of the bottom three who are scrapping and just literally want to put 11 men behind the ball. But it does make me laugh when you say it just seems it falls into place for City. I completely agree, but that is always aided and helped by every single year. They don't play a Premier League team in the FA Cup till the semis.
It does wind me up that.
every single Champions League. Every time they get out of a group in the Champions League, they get Hoffenheim, they get Schalke, they get the weakest, just real. They lost to Lyon the other year when they shouldn't have done. But even that, they got such a favourable draw. Now I'm not sitting here going it's rigged. But it is so frustrating when every time you see an FA Cup draw, it's like Manchester City will play Cheltenham at home or something, and it's just like, just one time, let them play someone good. But yeah, they're on.
And we get West Ham or Liverpool, and it's just like
or Leicester. Or Leicester. City at the minute. The scary thing is as well. The scary thing is we've this season has been the season where everyone said about, but we're missing this player and we're missing these players. Mate, City have done this 18-game winning streak, most of it without De Bruyne. Aguero's barely featured.
Aguero's played 141 Premier League minutes this season.
That's what I mean. They are absolutely slapping people, and they're not even at full strength. If they genuinely, I mean, Aguero's getting a bit old in the tooth, but if City buy go silly and buy a world-class striker next year, it's game over before we even start it, mate. If they get someone proper in, we're done for, because Gabriel Jesus isn't the one. But
no, he's not. He's not. Right then, please, gentlemen, in the chat, and anyone who's listening, hold your ears. West Ham 2, Tottenham 1. Oh yeah, because last time Spurs won when you're on the show, so we didn't show that. We only show that when they lose.
We're not Arsenal fan. We're not Arsenal fan TV. We only really talk about Tottenham and going in depth with it when they've had a shocker. So
When I had a mare, but I'll say that I don't think they did have a mare. I thought they played really well today. I really do. West Ham 2, Tottenham 1. Mikel Antonio is back from his little stint out with injury. Scored after just 5 minutes. Messi Lingard, the loanee from Paris Saint United, just after half time, which went to VAR, Bants. And then Lucas Moura made it a bit hairy, scoring a goal midway through the second half. Still quite a bit of time to play. There was an absolute wonder slap from Gareth Bale, which hit like the corner of the post and bar and went off elsewhere. He hit that so damn sweet. I was willing that to go in because he hit it so clean and nice, but it didn't. So West Ham. Don't worry about it, mate. So West Ham are flying it.
Could have won.
Yeah, this is what he could have won. This is god.
West Ham are flying. Rub it in. Do you remember the West Ham podcast you did at the start of the season, Gav?
Oh my God, honestly, I was talking to someone about this the other day, and it was all doom and gloom and all meltdown. I need to get him back on the show.
Honestly, I remember tuning in. I was in the bath, and it was just an hour of crying. Like, honestly, if you're just like, please. Like,
I can't remember the glory days with John Moncur and,
honestly,
now look at them, they're like, Cresswell's cooler. To be honest with you,
you're a big fan of Cresswell, though, aren't you, mate?
I love Cresswell.
He loves Cresswell.
Honestly.
He loves Cresswell almost as much as I love Solly March.
No, I love Cresswell,
Promise.
to be fair. But no, West Ham, look, you're doing bits. David Moyes, you've got something that works. You've got a system. You've got the right players doing the right job. I don't think it's going to last.
That's such a build-up. I was like,
but that's only because history says it doesn't last. I hope West Ham go on, and I hope West Ham push, and I hope West Ham go on to be the West Ham they were promised to be. But I don't think they will. I think there'll be a point when, how many games have we still got to go, lads?
13 for most.
13, okay. So we've got what? 39 points to play for.
Good maths, well done.
That's why I'm the smartest one here at up top.
Yeah, I'm with you. No, I can't see it. I can't see it going on for too much long. Well, I can't stand. I can't stand West Ham. But I can't see it going on for too much longer.
But they should. But.
I honestly don't know how they keep calling out these results as well, because they're not. They haven't even got like a clinical striker that's scoring every game. They've
got a failed right back who came from non-league.
They just keep finding goals.
Well, I wanted to drop that. I wanted to drop that because I know Cotton loves it when they always bang on about every time he scores. The lad came from non-league football.
Didn't everyone at some point? Like
we used to have that with Smalling. Every single time Smalling had a ball out, I'd be like, "Did you know he came from?" Stop it! Don't say it again. For fuck's sake. You know what? West Ham's amazing. I just can't believe they keep winning games, because the first game of the season they got dicked by Newcastle 3-0, and we must have been sat here thinking they are fucked. There's no 100%. Way. And look where they are now.
They've only lost 6 games this season.
It's a great season.
They're having a wonderful time. They are just 4 points shy of Man United and Man City, and Man United and Leicester City. Sorry. They are 2 points clear of Chelsea. Chelsea are on their little run. We'll talk about those in a second. But what do Spurs do now? Spurs are in 9th position. They are 9 points off top 4. What do Spurs do? Where do they go?
It's game over for Jose, I think.
Really?
I'm worried for Tottenham because I said this to Cotton midweek. Tottenham have kind of done like a wish version of Arsenal. Like they've gone for the brand new stadium, but without any prior success. Do you know what I mean? It's like so Harry Kane being the world class, and he is.
He's 100% world class. 100% world
class. But he's at his peak. So you're in an economic climate where no one can afford to buy you, but you are too good for this club. Harry Kane will leave Tottenham. Fact. But I don't think he'll be going abroad. But how does Tottenham need to...
Liverpool?
And you know what? Forget Harry Kane. Tottenham need to learn how to win without Harry Kane. Tottenham need to not just become this in-debt club, because Arsenal, like, how many years did it take for you to pay off Emirates?
7 years.
7 years. How long do you reckon it'd take without the Champions League?
Still be paying it now.
Exactly that. If Tottenham Hotspur do not get back in the Champions League, they were going to struggle to pay off that football stadium.
So do you think that they should put all their eggs in one basket and be like, right, Europa League, hook or by crook, we don't care about Wolfsburger, AC from Austria. We need to worry about everyone else. So we need to win the Europa League. But no, they need to win the Europa League so they can get into the Champions League that way, because I can't see them overhauling the number of teams that are in between them. You know, I'm going to put Aston Villa in there for conversation, because they've got 2 games in hand, and if they win both of those, that will put them into 6th place above Liverpool. So you got Everton, Liverpool, Chelsea, all above them, and West Ham. Can you see Tottenham be able to overhaul all of those clubs and get into the top 4? No. So I can't. No, I can't see it happening.
No one can.
We were talking earlier as well about we were talking about goal scorers in the Premier League. And we were talking about Alan Shearer being the top goal scorer, whatever, blah blah blah. He was in the Premier League for 15 years. What a legacy! But then I said to you, like, all those goals, what did it get him? It got him 1 title at Blackburn, and that's it. And Harry Kane doesn't even have that 1 title. If he genuinely wants to be taken seriously and wants to leave a legacy, he needs to get out of that club, man. Because even if they win the League Cup this year, that's still not good enough for someone of Harry Kane's stature. Like he needs to get out and get out fast. He needs to go and win something to be taken seriously, because everyone knows he's good. But again, with the Shearer thing, what does it get you? It gets you a life full of memories, but it doesn't get you any medals or trophies. So. He's got to go.
Yeah. Has to.
Yeah, has to. One player who, who's only recently come into the Premier League, if you want to call it that, and has already picked up a league title, is Jamie Vardy. He wasn't on the score sheet today, but Leicester did win at Villa Park 2-1. And I honestly thought that this game was going to be a slap-in. I thought Leicester were going to batter him. I don't know why. It just felt like the day for it. And this is before I even knew that Jack Grealish wasn't in the starting lineup. But our boy, my Cotton's pal, Bertrand Traore, he bagged again. Funny. He's so crap. James Maddison, he was getting looked at by Gareth Southgate. He was in the stands today. He had a lovely game once again today, and so did Harvey Barnes, and both of those were the goal scorers to make it 2-0 in quick succession just before the halfway point of the first half. Leicester are in 3rd place. They're on 49 points, level with Manchester United. Cotton. Leicester, they showed that last season they didn't have the minerals to have that staying power. Have they learnt from last season?
I think so, yeah. I think Brendan Rodgers, he's such a methodical manager, and he has everyone so well drilled. There's no way he'd have let it happen again. Like they'd have been working on stuff like that, and they just look so good this season. They are just. I'm worried about getting them in like our cup game against them, but I not worried, but Vardy just at the minute just doesn't seem to be cutting it. Again, today I think he had one shot on target all game, and it wasn't even a good one. It was, and he hasn't seen. I know he's been out injured and stuff. But
He had a hernia injury, didn't he? He came back. I think he came back about a week or two sooner than he was expected, but still doesn't look very sharp, does he?
No, if they're winning, they're getting goals from Maddison and Barnes and elsewhere at the minute, rather than Vardy. So I don't know if that's something Leicester need to look at, because obviously he's not getting any younger. But yeah, they're playing some really good football this year as well.
Villa, Chris, they, as I said just a moment ago, if they win both their games in hand, they will jump into 6th place and be 2 points ahead of Liverpool as it sort of stands at the moment. Villa, we've given them a lot of credit this season, but they've almost lost as many games as they've won. So is the credit worthy?
I think we had a strange start to the season, and I think Villa were one of the teams that took advantage of that. And I think they've been as good as they're going to be. And I said this to lads on our podcast last week. We were saying about, do Villa have what it takes to pull themselves back into that argument for European contention? My answer is no. I think they're not done like they're going to go sort of falling off a cliff, but it'll be a comfortable mid-table finish for them, which if you would have said to a Villa fan at the end of last season, right, you survived, next season you're going to push on, you get comfortable mid-table, you bite your hand off for that. That's a good season for Villa. And with Grealish out now, for however long he's going to be out for, the form that they're seeing from, the likes of Barkley, who's just not... He started really well for Villa. I'm really disappointed with Barkley, really disappointed. He should... I thought he was going to kick on and have a brilliant season, and it's just not happened. And I don't know what's happening with him there. I don't know if you have got any thoughts on it, but he could have been the key. If he was playing well, they wouldn't be feeling the loss of Grealish, or they wouldn't feel the loss of Grealish like they're going to feel over the next few weeks. But yeah, he just doesn't seem to be having any impact at all.
What are your thoughts on Barkley, Ed?
On Barkley? I think Barkley's he's like another Henderson, not in terms of the type of player, but in terms of the fact that he does well next to Jack Grealish because he's an engine. He works, he suits that Aston Villa team. I don't think he was ever the level of Chelsea. I thought at Everton he was probably about that level. They probably will struggle now they've lost Grealish. But Aston Villa have done brilliant this year so far, haven't they? Considering where they was the year before.
They've kept 12 clean sheets this season. 12.
Yeah, okay.
But if you say that, they kept 12 clean sheets, that's great. But then of their other 11 games, they have conceded 26 goals.
But there's no shame in losing. There's no shame in losing.
Lost 9 of the 12.
Yeah, there's no shame in losing this one to Leicester.
No, but it's just a bit concerning. I would have thought.
I wouldn't have thought so. Aston Villa was near relegation last year. They survived by the skin of their teeth. And now look at them. Like if anyone's sitting there scratching their head, going, "God, Aston Villa have bottled it." Bottled it? What? What are you talking about? This is the same team. And Barkley.
If we're going to be really technical about the way that we say they survived, they actually survived by the flick of a button because someone didn't turn the Hawkeye on. And if they would have turned the Hawkeye on, Villa would be in the Championship right now.
Is he lying? I don't think he is. Right, okay. So one team that came up from the Championship last year was Leeds United. They lost 1-0, but they're such a joy to watch.
Breath of fresh air, FC.
I actually feel really sorry for Melier. I thought he had a really good game, and the goal has been credited to his name with an OG. It was Traore's shot, was it? Was it?
Yeah, for about 30 yards.
I'm in Traore shot. I'm in Traore. It's hit the bar and post, hasn't it? And sort of like bounced off the back of Melier's head and going into the back of the net. I haven't really got much to say about this game.
I was about to say that's the only thing that happened. It's literally the only thing that happened in the game.
Oh, and the
Literally the
VAR.
only thing.
No, do you know, Leeds aren't all that.
How dare you say that? You know, we're technically in the media as well, and we have to suck Leeds' dick.
Yeah.
Shit. No. No. To be
Say
fair,
something nice.
no, Leeds did try pepper him. Leeds did try pepper him. Like, I didn't have a problem with Leeds' effort, but after watching Leeds against Arsenal, I thought, yeah, Wolves have got this. Like, they attack as one man. I say it every week, and it's like, well, what do you expect me to say? Because they keep on doing it. Like, I mean, it was a free goal. I know it was a Traore rebound off the goalkeeper, off someone's shin, off someone's eyelash. No keeper's gonna say that. It was very unlucky. But Leeds, man, chill out, bro. When you attack, you'd have to bring the fans with you. Do you know what I mean?
Oh dear. We'll move on with this game. The game's crap. Southampton won, Chelsea won. This is our last game that we're going to be talking about today. Southampton, they took the lead. They took the lead against Chelsea with a Liverpool loanee in Minamino. I'm really enjoying Minamino at the moment, and the nation's darling Mason Mount, who took the penalty, which I'm really pissed off about, if I'm honest about, because I was expecting Timo Werner to take the penalty.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
That the Minamino goal.
We all invested.
The Minamino goal is such Thursday night down goals. Like, he set the keeper down on the floor, and then it's like little tidy little finish. Speaking about Mason Mount scoring that penalty though, genuinely, and I'm not even just saying it, I know it's only been one season, mate. Timo Werner is done in the Prem. He's done in the Prem. Whether it's too fast for him, whether it's too physical for him, I don't know what he's got going on, but his performances in games, and it's not just because he's not scoring, mate. He can't even get on the ball. His first touch is hideous. He just looks lost all the time, and it's now got to the point. There was 3 or 4 times in this game that he could have been. Someone could have threaded a ball through to him, and they're just not passing to him anymore. I genuinely think that they're at the point now where they're like, well, he's just going to lose it or take a heavy touch, so they're just not playing him in. But he's shot, man. He is. I don't know what the solution is, because they've tried just sticking with him. They've tried playing him in cup games against lesser opposition, and he's still.
They tried to play him through the middle. They tried to play him out wide. They tried to play 2 up top. To accommodate him, and but it's not worked, has it? None of it's working. It's annoying because we've seen what he can do. But last season, he scored a hatload of goals in the Bundesliga. He was only second to Lewandowski. But in that period, he did go 9 games without scoring.
Yeah.
And he still bagged over 20 goals in a 34-game season. So if you can, I think he scored 25, 26 in the league in the end.
Yeah,
but it still went 9 games without scoring. I know he's gone on a bit of a run at the moment. So he's a very confidence-led striker.
Bas Dost went about 10 games without scoring a goal, and then still scored like 19 goals, because all he does is score 3, 4, 5 in one game, and then you never see him again. But
I love Bas Dost, man. He's found his level now. He's playing in Belgium. Yeah. He's found his level. I can't stand that prick.
Werner, man, he's going to have to really hope that they're going to be patient with him, because it's not going to fix itself anytime soon.
Chelsea are outside of the Champions League positions, but they are only 2 points off West Ham. So if you replace Chelsea with West Ham, Chris, have we got our top 4 for the end of the season?
That's the golden question, isn't it? Because the top of the table's pretty much looking wrapped up, and the bottom of the table looks like it's set in stone. But the European places are the ones that have just been up for grabs all season from like 9 or 10 different teams. And I think Chelsea, I came on here not long ago and I said that I fancy Chelsea to stage a bit of a renaissance at the end of the season and have enough about him to get into the top 4. With Tuchel in now, I believe that even more. I'm even more confident. I think Tuchel's a better man. Let's call a spade a spade. Tuchel's a better manager than Frank Lampard. He just is. Whether it's down to experience or quality of sky, I don't know. But he's just a better manager. He's come in and he steadied the ship straight away. They were leaking goals at the back. They look toothless going forward. They're not looking brilliant now, but they look far better than they did when, Frank was on his last legs. They've got enough quality in that squad to overtake West Ham.
You mentioned about the
already. Go on.
No, finish off what you're saying.
No, I was just going to say, we mentioned as well about West Ham maybe tailing off. I think West Ham are going to tail off enough to allow Chelsea to capitalise. I think they're going to get enough points to do it.
Fair. No, I agree with that bit. You said about the manager, better manager. Now, a situation did happen in this game, and I did put a tweet out with a poll on it. I would like to know everyone's thoughts on it, because Callum Hudson-Odoi came off the bench at half-time and was subbed off not long after being on the pitch. Yeah, and it wasn't an injury. It wasn't an injury that did it. And Thomas Tuchel came out in the press and basically said his attitude was wrong and he wasn't prepared to listen to what I've got to say. That is the long and short of it. So do you think, A, he was right to sub him off? And B, do you think he was right to out him in public?
100% for both of them. The whole point of bringing someone on, well, if you're starting them or bringing them off the bench, you want them in a specific position, in a specific game plan. And if he needs you to be tracking back, the whole system falls apart if you're not defending, because then there'll be overlaps and there'll be. So if you don't want to do what your manager's telling you to do, don't play. And it's that simple. To be fair, with him coming out and explaining, he doesn't need to. He's the manager. If he wants to make the decisions of taking players on and off, it's up to him, man. But I think every now and then players do need reminding that, it's not star power, and you can't dictate what you want to do, and we're not bowing down to you. If we've got a problem, we're gonna tell people the way it is. And I think I don't know how many people didn't like that he came out and said it. I think there's quite a lot of people that rated the fact that he came out and said it. I certainly did, but yeah, I think he's right on both counts.
Ed, could you imagine if that was Jose Mourinho who had that conversation and then outed Callum Hudson-Odoi? What the outrage would be? I mean, what are your thoughts on it?
They'd be saying you're destroying this young player's confidence, the mentality. But it's true. But maybe Thomas Tuchel's trying to teach this young man a lesson. Maybe Thomas Tuchel's trying to enforce his philosophy, or he's kind of, I'm not going to take any of this. I think maybe he's doing a bit of a showing to his players, potentially. I agree with what he's done. I agree with the decision. I don't agree with speaking to the media about why you took him off. I think you could just go, well, I'm the manager and then you done business, and speak to the player in private. But Callum Hudson-Odoi needs that. If you want to play for Chelsea, and I'm not being funny, if you want to play for Chelsea, if you're getting subbed as a sub, you got issues, bro.
What do you reckon? I'm going to come back and do all the comments at the end. I don't know who put that comment up, so I'll come back and do all the comments at the end. Chris, do you think he was right to have that conversation?
I think people like to look at things in either black or white, and sometimes it's grey. And I think you can sit in both camps with it. I think it shows strong management on Tuchel's side. I think it shows that exactly what you boys have said. If you're not pulling your weight, I don't care if you've come on as a sub or whether you've been on since the first minute, you're coming off. And that's that, because it's not about you. It's about the team and the performance and the result. But I think there will be people on the other side who think there's better ways to go about it in terms of outing players publicly. But we don't know. We don't know Hudson-Odoi. I mean, Hudson-Odoi is a talented player, and it might be that he reacts really, really well to being outed like that. You just don't know. And someone who does know better than us, Thomas Tuchel, and he's not been in there long. And I think the difference between him and Jose is Jose's been in charge of Spurs for 75 games now, and he seems to be displaying a similar pattern that he displayed at United, and it's not a healthy one.
And at Chelsea twice, and at Real Madrid. And
exactly,
it goes on. That brings us to the end of the Premier League review show. Don't forget, you can subscribe to us on all social. Oh, hold on a minute. I've done the Merseyside derby. Forgot. I did not forget.
Gav, I asked you at the start of the show, did you figure out what the odd thing out was between us? Me and Chris had our football team win a game this weekend. Was the odd thing out?
Oh, yeah. I thought it was like one person, not the other sort of thing. So yeah,
No,
that's fair enough.
All right, let's get this over with. Come on.
What's Everton?
Everton are Merseyside derby champions 2021.
Yes, they won the trophy for this. It's the first time they've won this trophy since 1999.
Big Kevin Campbell.
King Kev.
One of the
3
many
minutes
records.
Richarlison! Golazo. So yeah, and it was nice. To be fair, Liverpool didn't play that badly. Everton were just everywhere. They wanted it more. They wanted everything more. Their second goal came from the spot. And that was a Calvert-Lewin opportunity that was fed onto him by Richarlison, I think it was. And then Calvert-Lewin threw in on goal. He's had a shot. It's not doing this, it's not a bad effort. He should have scored it, if I'm honest. And then there is a situation between him and Trent Alexander-Arnold. The referee has pointed to the spot initially, has gone to VAR. He literally looks at it for no longer than 3 seconds and sticks to his on-field decision, which for me, I loved. Because normally when they go over to the monitor, it's like, oh, no, I'm going to change my mind now. No, he went over, he had a look. He didn't even have a look at the second angle. It's like, no, I'm giving that. And it was beautifully dispatched by Gylfi Sigurdsson. Let's be real. Do you think it should have been a penalty, Cotton?
When I saw it in full speed, it was clear that he kicked out at him, and it's clear that he tried to stop him going past him. When I saw the replay, right, where's Trent supposed to go? Like, Calvert-Lewin has ran into the back of his head. As he's going over the top of him, yeah, Trent sticks his leg out and clips him, but what was Trent supposed to do? Calvert-Lewin's run into him. Do you know what? It's one of those. It's like, this is again sitting on the fence, but you'd be so annoyed if that wasn't given for you. But if it was given against you, I could see why you'd feel aggrieved. Like, he's run into the back of his head, man. What's he supposed to do?
Definitely Arsenal Wolves. Arsenal Wolves. Okay, now it's true though. It's so true. Christoph, what do you reckon?
I ain't gonna sit on the fence. I think it was a penalty. I think it was 100% a penalty.
He literally got dick out there.
It's one of them. Trent, I think he's panicked. It's high stakes. 10 minutes left in a big game. Liverpool aren't having a great season. I think he's just panicked in the moment. He's just thought, shit, there's a loose ball. Don't know where it's going to go. DCL's there, bleeding one of the most informed strikers in the Premier League this season. I've got to do something. He's flailed a leg out. He's clipped him. Is Calvert-Lewin made the most of it? Probably. But in the Premier League this season, especially this season, what we're seeing, especially with VAR as well, and like you said, overturning decisions because players know they can do it and get away with it, it's penalty. It's just as simple as that for me.
Ed?
Penalty. But I think it was a penalty. I agree that it wasn't intentional. But it's like with handballs. Intent doesn't mean anything. Intent's not in the law. I couldn't care less about intent, really. Trent was reckless to be doing it. It's not why Liverpool lost, though. The second goal, which confirmed it, is not what.
Oh, go on. Yeah, the second goal confirmed it. I just wanted to throw my 2 quid's worth in about the penalty, then we'll come back to you, Ed, because obviously you're the resident Liverpool fan, and we can do a bit of an inquest on Liverpool Football Club as a whole. But
a lot of demo there.
I don't. I was going to say, if you're going to the side, I'm going to put my hat to the side.
I know.
As well.
I stood to the side like some 90s bully.
My headphones won't stay on properly if I do it.
And do you know what? Wearing this jacket as well, I literally look like I'm going to get some wood down on the floor and start break dancing. Like,
do it then. Why not? That's for Two at Top Extra, which is shown on Monday nights at 11 o'clock.
Kieran Dyer will host with us.
But I can't be doing this hat thing, lads, by the way. My nose is absolutely massive, so I've got shade here and shade at the back here. There's a perfect dispersion of light. If I go sideways, it's going to throw the sink of the room out.
Well, I'd have to turn it back because if I do it sideways, my headphones don't sit on. I think it's a penalty. And I also think it's a red card. And it's not because I don't think there's any malice in it. I don't think there is. Do I think the penalty is harsh? 1,000,000% I think it's harsh. But that is denied an obvious goal scoring opportunity. And that's why the penalty was given. So if you're given a penalty, you have to give a red card. Because if not, why have you given a penalty?
Yeah,
but you would. Okay, this isn't disagree with, but you would like to see them give the penalty with no retrospective action afterwards. You would like to see that, though. Yeah. What happened is what you would like to see.
Yeah, and I'll just go. It's wording of law, and there's no deviation in regards to that. He is denied an obvious goal scoring opportunity. Therefore, you give a penalty and a red card.
Yeah.
But do I think it's a penalty? No. But is it a penalty? Yes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's well weird, isn't it? But yeah, that's me. But
it's the same with David Luiz and Bednarek.
This both situations. Do I think it's a pen? Oh God, no. Do I have to give a penalty? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I have to give a red card? Then yes, I have to give a red card because of what's happened. But it's bloody harsh, isn't it?
Yeah.
But because it's harsh doesn't mean I don't need to give it. You know, so but Ed, Liverpool, man. It's not going right. This is arguably one of the worst defenses of a Premier League from any champion. We will always talk about injury. You lost Jordan Henderson, who is key. You need him back in the middle of the park. This is what the issue is, as far as I'm concerned. Him not being in the middle of the park, barking orders, controlling play. He is the controller of Liverpool Football Club, and he's not there. How good did Liverpool look every time he crept forward into a midfield position, getting a couple of shots off, getting passes around? I was like, oh, this is Liverpool.
Here's the thing, I'm still relatively calm about the whole situation. Like, I understand where we're at, and I understand the situation we find ourselves in, the possible dangers around us. Like, we very easily could not get top four. We could very easily not even get Europa League football. We could end up in that bloody conference thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, we could end up in that. But
how big would that be for the competition, though? A big name like Liverpool being in the conference.
Yeah, of course. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, no. Don't answer that question.
I think I hear a lot of people bringing up the title defences. It's like, I couldn't care less about like where this ranks in title defence. I couldn't care less. Do you know what I mean? Like it's hard to retain a title, clearly. But I don't think the reason we're down in whatever position we may be in is because we're retaining a title. That's not the reason we're playing so poorly. It's not because the pressure's got to us. That's not we aren't the same team. We are the injuries, which is well documented, which we spoke about on this podcast plenty of times. Our defence has been hit, and it is took away from our midfield to fill the void. And our midfield, and I said this to Cotton, it's like, well, we've still got three good midfielders. If you look and think, I've got Wijnaldum, I've got Thiago, I've got Slade Chamberlain, now I've got Shaqiri. They're all attacking midfielders. Like, you've got four attack. Like, I've got Shaqiri who walks. I've got four attacking midfielders. If you get past that, I've got no one. Like
I've got
absolutely
a couple
no
of midfielders.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Liverpool have no spine, they have no core. So Liverpool attack from the back. So it's a nightmare until we get. If Liverpool don't get top 4 this year, and they have to, they will struggle. Because
They can
Liverpool
get top 4. That's the worst thing about
No,
it.
no, we're only 3 points off. We're 3 points off, which is a joke.
It's five. It's 5 now because of the like West Ham and all that sort of stuff. But
5 now.
we're talking like this is like mad crisis, this, that, and the other. But it's 5 points, and the team that you got to chase is West Ham.
Yeah, exactly.
There's 13 games to go.
But let's say we got 4th position. We've still got that squad that won a Champions League and a Premier League title, and had all that success. It's not like we've just earned enough to break into the top 4. We're already at that level. We just need to get all our players back and add on to that. We need to stop being so naive, and we need to attack next season. Granted, every club's been in the same boat: injuries, COVID, financial crisis. We've all been there. Liverpool have took a chance this year and it is backfired. This year's been a mix of both bad form mentally. It's been both bad form and injuries this year for us. It has been. We've been naive this year, but I think we'll bounce back.
Cotton, if it wasn't windy, do you think Liverpool would have won that game?
Fuck off.
No, honestly, Ed, right, all banter aside, yeah, all banter aside, Sky Sports were doing their fucking hardest to get that over early. Before kickoff, they were like, "Oh, it's windy out there." Every other word that was coming out of Matt and Tyler's mouth was, "Well, the conditions, Liverpool, it must be tough for Liverpool playing in these conditions." Where were Everton playing? Were they playing in a fucking vacuum? Were they not playing in the same wind? But honestly, they just kept drilling home. It's windy. It's pretty windy. Oh, the ball's going to hang up there for Liverpool when they play that because it's windy. And it was just like, God, jeez.
Yeah.
You sound like Klopp already making the excuses. Like, jeez.
I turned it off and just listened to We Are 4-1-T, and they were talking about what was Australia's version of
Married at First
Sight. Yeah, Married at First Sight. That was way more entertaining than listening to those guys on the telly. And I waded in with a few bits and bobs, and then Claire started wading in. She was like, "Oh yeah. What's the name of that show again? I need to watch that show." So she's got a link. She just walked in. She picked up the card, which means that Amazon's about to get absolutely hammered right now. No, interesting. But
season 6. Make sure it's season 6, guys. That's important.
Season 6, babe. Season 6. What are we going to talk? We'll wrap up with Everton before we go. And this is meant to be a monumental season for Everton. They're having such a wonderful time. But as it stands, they're still behind Liverpool on goal difference, mind. And they do have a game in hand, but. What are Everton?
I think Everton are a top 6 side this season. I think Everton will do Europa League easy, and I think compared to last season, I mean they ended. I remember watching them against Wolves, and they got absolutely dicked, and it wasn't even close. And I really worried, and I thought, is Carlo going to want to stick around and try and do something with this team because it's not looking great. Brought James in, brought Alan in, brought Decore in, and I don't even think it's so much like the signings. Like it just seems to be a real good sort of harmony and work ethic amongst that squad now. That was a shift last night. It wasn't Everton, a wonderful attacking team. They just outgunned Liverpool or anything like that. You said it perfectly before, Gav. They just outworked. It was just a hustle, and every single one of them just wanted it more. It was just that's how important it was to them, and that's what got them over the line. And it was easy in the end.
Yeah, I mean, me and Cotton take the mick out of Tom Davies, and Tom Davies, he was everywhere.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
Yeah, where's where can he go? Where can he go? I mean, like we've got a load of comments and that have. We just want to run through a few of those as well. And one of them is directed to you, Ed, and it's a question from Josh Murphy, who's watching via YouTube. He says, if Liverpool don't make top 4, will they be able to keep their former Premier League and Champions League winning squad? Will Salah stay? Will Mane stay? Etc. Etc.
It's really hard to predict that. I know that Liverpool had signings in place prior to this season, and I think they have signings in place for next season. But I think that changes if you don't get top 4. I think they all changes. I think the reason we've spent like half a cent on a centre back on loan, and then ask someone's cousin to play for us is because we don't have the money. No, it's because we have the money, but we're using it. I genuinely think if Liverpool don't get top 4, they've missed a massive opportunity.
Massively. Yeah. Back on, he's also got another question about the Chelsea situation because we spoke about Tuchel and Callum Hudson-Odoi. The manager must command respect. Let's remember the Sarri and Kepa moment, and it's coming around to that sort of time as well, isn't it? Where that all went down a couple of years ago in the League Cup. That was the League Cup final, was it? It was the final, wasn't it?
Yeah,
coming
final.
Off. No, I'm not coming off. I'll do what I want.
What a glorious moment that was in football.
Yeah,
That'll go down in the annals of history, that.
I mean, I love Caballero and stuff anyway. Sentiment is said Antonio has more Premier League goals than Lacazette this season. Surely not of all time. I'll have to double check that. I really will have to double check that. What's now I'm panicking. There's another comment that I wanted to oh yes, when when we were talking about Sheffield United and players that could hang around, there was Brewster that was knocked around, Lundstrom, Egan, Basham. What's happened to Sander Berge? Sander Berge, I think he's hasn't he got a knee injury?
You reeled off some names there that are literally why Sheffield United are in the position they're in. Like they are, those players aren't. Who's going to want them players unless someone's looking for a bit of squad depth for some bench warming? The players you've just named are not good enough to be in the Premier League. End of. So
we spoke about.
Give Brewster some respect.
No, Bruce is dead in these streets
not.
at the moment. Is Solanke Mark 2, in my opinion. Penalties for handball shouldn't be given anymore unless you stop a certain goal. It's too subjective. I sort of see that. I mean, like, if you remember the one, do you remember the one for Spurs against Newcastle earlier on this season where it's come off? Was it this season or end of last season? Actually,
Dyer? Was it when it came off the back of
This
Dyer?
Dyer. Yeah, it was this.
Dyer.
He had no idea whatsoever,
Yeah,
and he's headed it into his arm.
Okay.
I know, but then it's what I mean. They keep changing it around. They're mixing it up constantly. We don't know what's happening, like whether we're coming to or where we're going from. It's ridiculous. Adam is watching via Twitch. He said, I don't even see them conceding more than 5 goals in the Prem, and that's Man City. Man City, after 25 games, they've conceded 15 goals. Just 15 goals in the Premier League this season. It's ridiculous. 14 clean sheets they've kept. So they've conceded those 15 goals across 11 games.
Well, Adam said that they won't concede another 5 until the rest of the season. Now, let me tell you, the derby is right near my birthday. I think it's the 20th. I think something like that. I don't know. But when we score 5 in that game, he will look silly when we beat City 6-0. That's all I'm saying. So
why is 6-0 the default, by the way? Because I said that Arsenal were going to beat Man City 6-0. I just said 6. I should have just said 2-1. It would have sounded a bit more legit. But I'll go on with 6-0. Stu Mitchell went with a 6-0 win for you lot against Newcastle today. You want to see a 6-0 against Man City. It's all madness. It's all madness stuff, isn't it? All mad. But
can't have 9 every week.
Well, you can't have 9 every week. You know what? That is a very fair point. That is a very fair point. I'm down for, well, Arsenal lost this weekend, Liverpool lost this weekend, so we don't really care about anything else that happened. Jokes. No, congratulations to Man United on their victory against Newcastle. Thank you for everyone. There's people that have hung around with us from the beginning of the watch along all the way through into the review. So not just those, but massive thank you to all those guys. And the guys that have joined us for the review, that's been brilliant as well. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much for all your comments, all your messages via all our social media platforms. You can find us on all social media platforms at Top Football, at we are 4M1T. You can find us all on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Periscope, etc., etc. And did you know, if you put we are 4M1T and or two up top into Google, our names come up first.
Buy my book.
Southgate out.
Southgate out. From myself, Gav Mack, Stephen Cotton, Ed Hall, and our wonderful, wonderful guest and friend in podcast life, Chris Collins, Mr. Thermos himself from We Are 4M1T. Thank you, everybody, and guten Abend.
Southgate out.
Southgate out.
Southgate out.
Klopp out.
No.